Hello again, everyone. It is Sunday. This is what we get when we haven't played in a month. But here we are.
Gassy.
We are back with another incredible session of weapon spam. I mean, Pathfinder. Um,
Oh, I want to kill some things.
we are. My God. Just to kind of reset things here. We are currently on the island of Old Corvosa, where you guys have cleaned out.
Is that where we are?
Yes, you've cleaned out the old abandoned Jatori's toy store, and you're using that as your latest base of operations. Um, but last time, you guys went and checked up on Vencarlo's house. My God, you do realize the chat window is on the stream, right? Like,
Yeah.
You tell me to keep it in the chat. I don't have Discord on my computer, so I can't type on it.
So then fucking use your phone to message the group chat.
to our viewers out there, if you're thinking about becoming a DM, this is what you might have to deal with on a
It's corralling cats.
whatever cadence you decide to play on basis. So you guys decided to go
Herding cats.
check out Vencarlo's house, see if maybe he was around, even though he told you guys not to look for him. But you figure he was a friend that lives over here, so you may as well go say hi. So strangely,
Well,
you get
and also we're kind of fucked up and
well,
need a
that
place
too.
to hide, so.
That too, yeah. You get to his house. You get to his house. Strangely, it's just open. You can walk right in. And there was a bit of a strange substance that was splattered around on the floors, some of the walls, as well as some of the furniture, which you guys were able to determine was sort of remnants of alchemist fire. This naturally raised some suspicion. You guys decided to have a look around with Reef and Sin really just bypassing the searching part and going right upstairs while everybody else kind of checked all the doors. And eventually,
upstairs. That's all.
Eventually, you were ambushed as there were two Red Mantis assassins in the house that set the alchemist fire ablaze, threatening to burn the house down with you all inside of it. And after some, well, to describe this combat would be hijinks and shenanigans and like 57 crits from Sin. You guys took care of the assassins while also your acrobat's pillar became lodged in a blown out window. That was a fun little point, which really that should have been like a bigger problem than it was, because like Sarah was right in the spot where it was stuck. But we hand wave these things. You guys collected your loot and your evidence, and then additionally, Nadia managed to locate a hidden panel in the master bedroom, which contained a lockbox. You guys brought it back to Jatori's. Sin, after a couple of attempts, managed to pick it open, and inside the box was a bag of holding. And naturally, then you decided to open up the bag of holding, and inside of that was a whole bunch of gear that served as a bit of a reveal for all of you, which is that Vencarlo is in fact the rather notorious vigilante known as Blackjack. If you recall, Blackjack basically provided a daring rescue to spare Vondilla from being beheaded as the scapegoat for the murder of the king, and then vanished after that. So you guys have collected basically his clothes, his items, any other.
Could I open those clothes and items to pretend that I'm Blackjack?
So they kind of got split up, is the thing. You were given the gloves of swimming and climbing.
Oh, okay.
So you have those and are
Why?
wearing them. I think
You're chief strategist, and we found you in a pit.
I think it was presumed that you are the athletic one of the group, and that's
Am I?
kind of
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
that's kind of why
you actually are.
you were given them.
And also, like literally in character, we refound you. Was stuck at the bottom of a pit. We just
Yeah, but
crossed
I
a
could
giant
climb out of
river.
that at any time I wanted to.
No, I know. I'm just saying. But I'm saying we know you could have. We know that if we are stuck in situations, because we just had to cross a river and we might need to cross a river again. And it's quite fast moving current.
Ooh, I have a
You
plus
are the
13 in climb.
yes,
Yeah,
you
I
are
just-
like the strongest person we could rely on.
I just added the gloves to your buff box. That's what happened there.
There ain't no
Okay.
way Theo is stronger than Reef.
I'm
when
more
it comes
athletic, not
Yeah, when it
ranged.
comes to athletic things,
Quick,
and if
do
I
3
fail,
backflips in a row. Go ahead, do it.
yeah,
Do
you're gonna
it.
drive everyone out of the water when I crash into the water with them. Like,
I
Come
will
on,
s-
Sin. Bet you can't. Bet you can't.
I will
he
say
won't stop
that
haunting.
Hey, I've never said I was good at athletics. I'm more of an acrobatics kind of guy. I'm making fun of Reef.
That's
Yeah, making fun of Reef.
that
with me.
is athletics.
Oh no, in that case,
Ah.
I'm way more acrobatic than you are. It's not even close.
Children.
slamming my
That
fist on my
is
desk.
you.
Order.
The first thing is acrobatics, not athletics. Acrobatics is athletics. You have to be athletic to do acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics and athletics are
We disagree.
kind of lumped together in Pathfinder. They are. Athletics is not its own separate category, but also swim and climb kind of cover that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that thanks to having being swamped at work today, I did not get around to adding every last item to everybody's sheet, but I can very easily reference, whatever I need to if necessary. There was one more important thing that happened last time where you guys were approached by the cousin of the man that you spared from an angry mob way back when, Evangelento's cousin, Garen. Garen, who briefly took classes with Vencarlo, was sort of approaching you all out of concern for his teacher. You guys got some details from him regarding conversations that occurred when he was around Vencarlo, and as well, there was an additional person who was mentioned as a friend of his that might know some more details about where he went. And that person is the rather infamous Corvosan artist known as Salvator Scream. He is very much known for like bold, abstract, very like avant-garde kind of artistry. I think they were a little on the nose when they picked this guy's first name. I think this is definitely like a Salvador Dali reference, but let's let's just ignore that for now. But yeah, so the current lead here is you were given more or less given directions to where this guy Salvatore lives. Garen came to you guys because he wanted to go himself, but it's in a rather dangerous area of Old Corvosa. He also mentioned that there is someone who fancies himself an emperor of this island, who has kind of taken up command of everything that's going on in that area. And his goons are always out and about, so that's why he hasn't wanted to go by himself. So that's the recap.
It's been so long.
I know, it has.
When was the last time
Do you-
I
do
played?
you-
I don't even
do you
fucking
know what this
remember.
means?
Probably like 6 weeks ago. I don't know. What's up, Sin? What does this mean?
This means if I kill him, I could be the king and the emperor of New Corvosa.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
No, that goes to Reef because he's our king.
Oh no, you missed that. You missed
No,
that
last
part.
session he made me king.
Yeah, Sin.
Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Sin.
Temporarily.
Sin shanghaied Reef into naming
Temporarily.
him king temporarily while actions on Old Corvosa are being carried out.
Yeah.
Temporarily,
Okay.
because he grew up
Fear
here
has
and
amnesia
I
and goes,
failed.
what?
Yeah, this is what happens
grew-
when you're not here. It's just
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I
So
know
it
his
could have
name.
been Theo, but
There's-
Shit.
There's still chaos.
Why
It's just a
didn't you
different kind of
make Theo
chaos.
king? Theo would have been a better king.
Because I
Well,
know
you
this
weren't there to
place
roleplay
better
with
than the
me.
back of my hand. Thank you very much.
To be honest, you weren't there to
Unfortunately, he
roleplay with
does. I
me.
even tried tricking
Um,
him.
it might have changed differently if you were there and were able to advocate for your character. I just didn't want to also assign something to you without your autonomy in it, to be honest. I wanted you to be able to participate and make a choice, not just come back to me telling you this is what you're doing now.
All right.
Was that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is currently, I would say, like late afternoon on this wheel day.
So fires are out. We managed to deal with all the bullshittery. We escaped.
Yes, all of that.
Yes.
Cool.
And it's just you guys and Garen, who you've basically agreed to accompany him down towards the old dock area where Salvator's address is. The address he gave you is 140 Wave Street. Not particularly important. Just wanted to throw that in there as a detail.
I'm going to be on the lookout for any guards or anyone who might recognize us, for any of the people that we encountered in the building, for any signs that we're being followed or watched, and ask Sin if we can take the more roundabout way to get there, so if we are being tailed, we can lose someone and not immediately lead them to where we're going.
Indeed. Good thinking, Reef.
I nod and I look around, make sure we're not being followed before pulling my cloak up, because I am a giant dragon man and I'm trying my best to stay hidden.
All right. Let me drop you onto the map.
I still don't understand. Why is he king?
Because I
King
literally have no
forever.
fucking clue where we are, and he's lived in Old Corvosa his whole time, and it's actually really, really, really important that we don't get caught with what we're doing. And he has connections down here as well as an understanding the lay of the land. So when it came to the decision making in emergency situations and where to go, while we're in Old Corvosa, allowed Sin to just wear my crown effectively, and literally and figuratively. To guide us through here, because, well, if he fails, that just means he's dying.
I must have been on some kind of drugs. I don't know why I let you do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was
Because you were on
horrified, and
drugs. You just said it.
But to be
yeah.
fair, you literally just explained why I'm the most effective king. Like, did you not see what I did to those last two assassins? I'm
I
clearly
didn't
the best.
explain anything, sir. I think you
You did.
guilt tripped
You were
Reef
on
into that.
drugs.
You were
I
on
didn't
drugs.
do
Notice
that.
you were on drugs.
Who slipped me drugs and
I
why?
might have.
I think you slipped yourself drugs, but okay.
I think we were partying, and I think you took my cup instead of your own, and I'm sorry.
Yes, instead of blaming me, I decree you Reef at fault.
What?
Wow.
Wait.
Wait, what?
Reef is just looking,
Damn.
blinking, and going, I regret this decision.
Reef
I
going from
regret
the
drinking out of your cup.
Reef going from the penthouse to the outhouse pretty quickly here.
Like, seriously, Reef is just going to look around and see a threat and be like, well, all right, he says go, I go. Let's find out. Is there anything around me? Haha! Is there anything around
Wow.
me? Wow.
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean there is you
Well, like I said before, the whole list I said before is what I was looking for.
right, yeah, no, I
Cool.
Okay,
There's
cool.
water over there, and
Yeah,
there's
I
some
was about to say, wait,
barrels
let me-
over there.
I'll do the best I can.
And there's a dock right there. This map is pretty illustrated.
So yeah, you're
I
walking
know
along.
it is. I just
You're walking along the stock here. You hear plenty of activity coming from straight south along the dock, and also to the west down one of these little side streets here. It really just looks to be like gang activity. It's like a bunch of dudes that all have kind of like makeshift armor. They are carrying, let me find their sheet here so I can tell you what they're carrying weapon wise. But yeah, it's a bunch of, surly looking types walking around, kind of just intimidating random, strangers and passerby. They have battle axes as their weapons.
Reef wants one.
Do I recognize them as what gang they're a part of?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay. You can roll perception as well for that.
Would it be knowledge local though?
We can do knowledge local. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, I get a +2 because I have book.
19. Okay. This is not a gang that you're aware of.
Ow. Ow.
You
Sorry.
when Garen described that there was a new, kind of air quotes emperor running around here, that was the first time you'd ever heard of it, and sort of the sort of like the whole like mismatching aesthetic of all their gear besides the weapons kind of lends itself to that. So as far as you're aware, this is like a completely new group of thugs that is running around Old Corvosa.
Got it. Alright, boys, listen here. Those guys over there, they're new around here. I've never seen them before in my 18 years of life. So, we have two options. We can either stealth our way past them, or we can murder them in cold blood.
Before anyone decides anything, I just want to be a little more clear about what Reef heard. So there's a group of them, like I said, down here. There's another group to the west, and Reef also heard a third group like further off to the west, like way down, like the street that I mentioned. So 3 groups total.
God damn it. Never mind. We're not shedding blood right now. We don't need a full-on gang brawl, even though we would win. So I say we chill out for a while, let the gangs handle themselves. That's what usually happens. It's always a game of King of the Hill in this place. Alright, good luck trying to stealth. And I hide in this barrel.
So while Sin is doing that, there are... Sorry, Skaith is going nuts upstairs because Fiona just got home. There are like, other random people milling about, like, some like deckhands that are, cleaning ships or whatever. Just random people going about their day. If there's any desire to try to like gather information, you can do that here.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you want to gather information about? There's like, obviously the artist. There's
the thugs. Like they're like, if there's any way to like negotiate, I guess, with them, like, are they bribable like the guards were, like things like that, like where the guard patterns are, like if the people are talking about an area with less protection or anything, like, oh, don't go here because of this, like things that people talk quietly amongst themselves when they don't think people in power are listening.
All right, so go ahead. You can roll either knowledge local or diplomacy, your choice.
I just clicked on my character like that was gonna... Oh. I'm gonna debuff before I do because I'm not blood raging right now.
It's important.
I should not be fatigued anymore at this point.
No, you wouldn't be.
So you said knowledge local or what?
Or diplomacy, whichever you decide.
Well, then diplomacy.
Ooh. All right, so 11.
But it's a nat one, so not great.
No.
Just people look at me and see a giant scary dragon and immediately shut the fuck up.
So, yeah, that's kind of the reaction you get from a lot of these people. They're not familiar with your kind here.
Yeah, that's fair.
There is one slightly more inquisitive person, kind of an older woman. She just kind of gives you a bit of tilts her head to the side a little bit, and she's like, "You're not from around here, are you? I've never seen you before."
I just flew in.
I see what you did there.
Band. Yeah, I was part of a traveling band of merchants, and we got raided on the roads here. It was the first place I could find that was civilization, and I've learned that apparently I'm here, and I can't leave. So I just figured I'd try to find some locals to tell me where to even start.
Ah, yes, we all hope the quarantine ends soon.
If I unknowingly came in here to the quarantine. Do you know anywhere I could find some, well, residency or uh safety? Because it's as you can see, not many of these people are willing to talk to me.
She sees the direction that you're facing and she says, "Well, I don't know if I'd go that way. Don't want to get
Oh,
yourself mixed up with the types over there."
oh, good. What types are those? So I know how to who to avoid. I thank you truly for all of your help.
Well, they're probably the type of people who would attack you and get you left here in the first place.
I'm gonna look at her and go, is there anything else you can let me know? And then at that point, you see the small little coin pouch next to me open, and a little glint of metal comes out from it like a coin, and looking right back at her face.
Well, that is interesting. If you're looking to learn how to fight... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Carlo has gone missing, hasn't he? Would have said you could go there to get yourself trained up so you could take on these types that have taken over this
When did
poor
he?
little island here.
When did he leave? It sounds like he was someone keeping this area safe.
Oh, he was. Whole city, too. But we haven't seen him in... Oh, it's been days. I've lost count.
But
I remember
when did you last see him?
Well, he returned after the incident in the city square with the execution, and I heard a little bit about that, and he just seemed flustered the rest of the time. He just seemed out of sorts. He wasn't seeing all of the same people he was, as far as the students. Some either couldn't make it over, or worse, they maybe fell ill during the plague. Last I heard, he was accosted by these murderers. I don't know how he escaped, but I haven't seen him since. Maybe he went looking for them.
I just open my coin purse after she says this, with hiding a small little tear from welling up in my eye, as I look down, wiping it away slightly on my shoulder, and pull out 2 gold coins and place them into her hand and just say, I might not have any goods left for trade, but I did escape with some of my gold, and for this all I can do is say thank you. So I go from 83 to 81, and I say thank you for your kindness. I won't forget it. And I do this very, very slyly, because I don't want anyone seeing I'm handing her money. Not in our group, just I don't want her to become a target, because there are very clearly quarantine, and that probably is hard to get funds in here to do anything with. So
I want to know if Sarah sees.
Okay.
Where am I?
right on the other side
This
of
would be perception, right?
Yep. Yeah, so you
I'm not good at it, guys.
Well, Sarah is
Evidently.
probably watching you the whole time, so she sees it. She's not going to say anything. I just want to know if she saw.
Sarah, you start to notice kind of the way that these kind of smaller groups of this gang are moving. At least the group that you can see, which is the one down here. They're kind of just going around onto each of the individual docks and just generally being a nuisance to some of the workers who are just trying to do their jobs and get on with their day. You watch as they actually mug one of them, take some money from him. And then they start making their way like further south, like towards the edge of the map down here.
So I look at Sin and I look at Theo and look between the two of them and walk between so they both can hear me and go, Chief Strategist, King, choking on that word slightly.
Yes.
I think maybe we should watch the routes they take for a little while, just idle around here, look at stalls, and then once we know if there's any spacing, maybe follow them, slip between them, and disappear in that direction.
Good
A
idea.
little bit.
Great idea.
The
I'm
older.
gonna tell everyone
Sorry, go
what
ahead.
the older lady told me.
Yeah,
Just to fill them all in and be like, it is going to be dangerous.
and
But
she's actually still within earshot. So she kind of just turns around and says, "Oh well, if you're just waiting for them to vacate, should only be a couple hours. Then you should be able to roam a little more freely. But I still don't know if I would go towards where they're gonna go."
I look back at everyone and then at her, and I'm like, what exactly is over there that you are concerned with?
Well, the so-called palace is over there.
Alice, you say?
Yes, and
There's a slight gleam in my eye and goes, well, ma'am, maybe I do want to go in that direction. I am a merchant after all. Maybe there are some services or information your king, looking smugly at Sin, might find useful to himself. Is there a way to gain audience with him?
well, now I think you're just talking crazy.
Is that
Oh,
not how it works here?
well,
I'm really trying to play the part of a merchant who has no fucking clue how Corpus is.
yeah, I understand.
Sarah is watching from the sidelines and like silently cracking up.
Let me get some notes here. Let's see
Hot water breaks the adhesive still. Ow.
Well, I suppose you could ask one of these groups of criminals. Maybe they would take you there, but I don't know that you would arrive in the same condition that you depart.
He's not a real king.
Well, more of a ringleader than a king, but he does call himself emperor, and doesn't seem like anyone's really ready to challenge him, so the emperor he shall be until someone says otherwise.
Well then, good to know. I look at Finn and say, so, my liege, in what direction should we go, and when? Do we wait?
I say we wait. After all, these guys are gonna lead us straight to our new palace.
I look back at the old woman and realize that maybe gold isn't actually that useful. And go into my pack. And any rations I have left, I'm gonna hand to her very, very, very much on the sly.
Okay, roll sleight of hand. Oh yeah, you
Guys,
managed
they're very kind to you.
you managed to do so pretty stealthily or however you want to look at it. She
I just don't want people stealing food from her. 'Cause
right.
She is a lady and she is helping us. And when we leave, what other people do? I don't know.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. And maybe this will buy her loyalty more than the gold did.
Yeah, and she kind of goes wide-eyed at the generosity, and she just says, "You're far more noble than that fool playing emperor. Maybe you'd make a good one."
Maybe.
Reef grins right at Sin and goes, "You hear that? Huh. You hear
Yeah,
that?
but
All right."
maybe, but unfortunately for you, Reef, something tells me that you can't earn that palace over there just by giving the quote-unquote Emperor of Corvosa money.
Well, no, but I can win his constituents and citizens and whatever people he fearmongers instead. And I might buy us some kindness and some safety later, or even now. I bow my head to the old lady and I look at Sin and say, "But my liege, of course, whatever you decide, I will follow." And I say this as in the most mocking way as I can.
Oh, I don't care how you. I'm not. Sin's not at all paying attention to your tone. He's just paying attention to the words, and he likes them.
I know, but because I signed up for this, so I'm gonna say the goddamn words. But I regret signing up for this, so I'm gonna do it in the most annoyed way possible.
I enjoy having this power. Maybe we should keep it.
You know what? I'll let you keep this power if I get to take the full entirety of Corvosa. How about that?
So I get to keep the power of making you my servant, and you have to keep calling me royal names such as my liege if you get the palace.
If I get to rule all of Corvosa, yeah.
Deal.
Wait, hold on. Can you explain that deal again before you say deal?
Too late.
Well, no,
No,
there's
no.
other parts in the Horde who can object. I was
No, there's
saying
not.
that.
There's a deal between you and me.
No,
You have
no,
no
no,
objection.
no. The
Yes, you
strategist,
No,
the
you're king.
strategist gets to
You're
listen very carefully.
You're
I think
king,
I heard a
me.
very bad deal. I think I heard a very bad deal. Is what I
Yes.
think I heard.
So okay, fine. I will let you. You know what? We'll table this until I get my crown back.
Okay, can you just
No.
explain the deal to me one more time so I could give you a better deal?
Okay, well, I was offering him the kingship of the Horde, and to tell me what to do in the Horde level if he guaranteed me the throne when the queen falls.
I'll one up you. How about he gets the title of king but none of the power?
Who's he?
You get the title of king, but you get none of the power.
Well, he has none of the power over anyone else but me.
No, nobody.
deal.
He gets the he gets the title of king. He could be the king of the Horde. However, he has no power.
He's also king of the underground.
Just like the real
rat
king
people.
of Corvosa, who had no power, because the queen has all the power.
I mean, a king used to have the
did
power
have
before
power
he
until he
died.
died.
Exactly. He
Which
no
is
longer
why the
has the
Queen of
power.
Corvosa killed him, because he had to die in order for her to get power. Don't you? It's like, have you ever read a book?
Wait,
No.
you know what? You know
I don't
what?
care for the history of humans.
What are you?
I'm an elf.
Reef completely forgot because you've always wore your hood up. And just stares in absolute awe.
Fucking Sarah's like, haven't you read a book at all? I don't care for the history of humans.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here going, "You're not a human?"
No. What?
So what
My
are you, not
perception-
human?
Politics.
My perception, I'm just sitting here awestruck, looking back at you, and then I'm gonna be like, "But do you?" And then point at you, like where your ears are, and you're like, and then the point upwards, like, are they pointy?
Yes, they are. Would you like to see
Kind
them?
of looks at
So
Reef a
you're-
little
so
dumbfounded that Reef
so
did not
you're
realize this
human.
earlier. Like, wait, what?
So you're
wanna-
human with pointy ears.
I want to
Well,
see
no,
the pointy
I
ears.
am an elf. I live longer than a human.
Okay,
How
so your
old are
lifespan
you?
is a little bit longer. What else is different?
How old are you?
Our sexuality, not sexuality, our reproduction. Sorry.
How old are
wrong word.
you? Wait, how old are you?
How old am I?
How old
That's
are
a
you?
good question.
How old are you?
Right. Shut up! I'm getting to that. Hold on. I'm 130.
Reef's really
Can I
excited.
touch your
Holy-
hair?
Why do you want to touch my hair? It's
I
short
hope
and
everyone
black.
knows-
Why do you want to touch it?
Why only now after all
Does
this
not
time?
listen and touches. At
Because
this
I
point,
took
she's just trying to
You're
piss him
all
off.
looking at my ears and my hair, Tim. It's like I know I
It's
can't.
a caricature. I hope people
It's
understand.
like you're a
what-
piece of meat up
Oh!
there.
Yeah,
No, I was
exactly.
gonna say it's like
I'm
it's like
making
the
a point.
stereotypical thing, like when a black girl has like really nice hair and like all the white ladies want to touch it.
That's the point.
That's the point.
I'm
Yes.
gonna point.
Okay.
We're making fun of people who don't understand boundaries.
Gotcha.
My point is also though, in character, humanoids are close enough. I am a goddamn dragon. As far as I
But you're
know,
also
you guys.
humanoid. You walk on two legs.
Yes. Well, I am scaly, and you are not.
He has
And
a
I
rough
have
body
fuzz on my
composition of
head.
a
That's not
human,
hair. It's
but
fur
you, Theo, are a human
and
ish.
wings.
Yeah, I would say that.
So
I would say that Reef isn't humanoid, just merely anthropomorphic.
yeah,
Hmm.
I'm. If I were to take all of my clothes off and walk on all fours and roar, someone would try to kill me, thinking I'm a monster.
Sid
And
would
you
merely,
did-
like,
they would just think you're
Sid
crazy.
slowly reaches
I
for his
whisper
weapons.
in Reef's ear. I'm like, how much would it cost to actually have you do that?
Reef looks at you with a glare and goes, and then kind of smirks and goes, if it's at a village that it makes sense to do it to, free.
All right, fine.
Theo was so against kissing earlier and against my perverted jokes, but now she wants to pay
Wait,
me
when
to
was
be
it?
naked.
Well, because Reef
No,
looks
he's
like a monster.
anthropomorphic. He doesn't have a dick. Well, does
He's-
it? Do you have a dick?
Since he's a dude,
I-
I'm gonna assume yes.
Oh, listen, Linda, listen. It could be like a
listen.
dog where it's kind of like, you know, in a thing and it comes out like a red
Yeah.
rocket.
We don't know. We don't
Wait,
know.
I don't know. I need to explore this for scientific reasons.
I don't need
Reef-
to explore this.
Reef,
Is this like
Reef
Baldur's
looks at
Gate? I
Theo.
want Reef to describe his penis so I could create it in Baldur's Gate.
No.
Reef looks straight at you and goes, "This is something we can talk about later." And face
I'm gonna
palms
hold
and
you
goes,
to that. I'm gonna
I
hold you to that.
I will freely talk to you about this later. At
Oh my god, he's got a cloaca. It makes
He's
sense. He's
like-
a dragon, and dragons are lizards, and lizards are chickens, and oh my god, he's got a cloaca.
Lizards are not chickens. Actually, they're not. They're not.
What they were.
Does that mean where
Reef-
he shits?
Reef
Does that mean where he
is-
shits from is where his dick is the exact same spot?
On a
It
red
means his dick's
hue
in
on
the
his-
inside, and he gets like hot and heavy, and it comes out of his cloaca.
Yeah, but
So
don't
Reef,
forget that's
Reef
the
is
same
now
as an
turning
asshole
red
and the,
in his face, and he's
Well, you're
just
blue,
walking
so you're actually
towards.
turning purple.
Well, it's no. I have blue eyes
Yeah,
and
no.
fuzzies on my hair. My
Servant Reef, get back here.
nails are white. Nick is just walking away towards where the Emperor lives. And stopping here. I'm just going, I guess it's
Sir?
fine. Everything's fine.
Servant Reef, get back here. We're not done making fun of you yet.
Well, we're
Oh my
going to see the
Do
Emperor.
we have
We're
viewers?
going
I
to-
feel bad for bringing this up. I'm so sorry. I forget that we stream it sometime.
Okay, guys.
I
You
don't
know
think
what?
there's anybody
That
watching right now.
We can discuss this later. That we're gonna put a pin in this because apparently we have questions,
For who?
but we kind of have to figure out what the fuck is going on and find
Well, that's
Ricardo.
why-
And I'd like to do that before he dies.
That's
Yeah, we
what
can
we're
always
doing.
resurrect him. We have a. What is
Well-
Nadia? Vandala? Nadia? What is Nadia again? A cleric?
We have a cleric. Don't want to do that. Sometimes they come back wrong. Can we please move?
Can we? Come on, can
Theo
we
like throws up his hands and I guess it goes. Sure.
Reef is just hiding by this bucket, just being like, "Is this fine?"
gonna
maybe
go-
these questions
I'm
are
just gonna
fun.
go up to Reef and I'd be like, I still want to see it later, and then I walk away.
I'm just face palming and go, I agree to this.
Sarah sees us
I
walking
signed
over and
up for
goes,
this.
"You don't have to do anything you don't want to," and walks away.
Reef is just sitting there leaning against
And
the
Theo-
barrel, going,
Theo turns his head around and goes, "It's for scientific purposes only."
Sen walks up to Reef and he just
As-
says, "Remember our dear Reef? We made a deal. It's official."
As Theo
I
starts
know. I've fallen
turn-
so far.
as Theo starts to
You
turn
really
the corner down the side street there,
Nobody told me not to turn the corner, by the way. So anything that
to be
happens is
fair-
on y'all for not telling me.
Yeah.
well, no,
to be
No,
fair.
no, you, Theo.
all that happens is Sin feels a little tap on his shoulder, and it's just Garen, and
Mm.
he points further down the dock to the south, and he says, "Look, they've gone away. Maybe this is our chance."
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Huzzah, Noble. Let's go.
So, you guys, I'm just gonna group the tokens so I can copy paste to the next map. You guys walk along the docks. The path takes you down an alleyway, and then sort of ends up on like kind of a winding road. The walk takes longer than initially anticipated. Kind of slow going, trying to avoid any of stray groups of bad guys along the way, but eventually you find yourselves at the address that Garen provided you. You see, when you get here, is a leaning, pretty decrepit-looking building located along a section of Old Corvosa known as the Narrows. This home is not too far from one of the many now destroyed or ruined bridges that had originally been used to connect Old Corvosa to the mainland. For the moment, there doesn't appear to be any signs of anybody around, but if you would like to explore and check on things, feel free.
I would like to crouch and then stealth walk.
All right, roll stealth.
Wapam.
Pretty good.
God damn it. I rolled a 2. This is a sad day.
I mean, it's not bad though for a total. Yeah, you get low to the ground and you start moving around, taking care to remain light on your feet. And as far as you can tell, you're pretty well hidden.
Not happy about it. Cue the Pink Panther theme.
Dinner. Dinner. Dinner.
Dinner.
Dinner. Dinner. Dinner.
Making sure I stay out of sight of this window. I'm just gonna press my head to the wall. I'm just gonna be listening for any
showed
sort of
my
sound
age.
whatsoever.
I showed my age. Molly, what do you want?
I love it when things that I made in Roll20 forever ago don't open properly and I have to go find them elsewhere.
Oh no, page unresponsive.
No, not even that. It's a different type of error.
No, that's my error.
Oh, that's not good.
Alright, I'm gonna reload Roll20.
Okay. So Sin, you you stealthily make your way over to the window. Or no, you're currently next to the window.
Yeah.
Do you look inside the window as you pass by?
No, I specifically press my ear against the wall. I'm just listening for any sort of sound whatsoever.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
Advanced perception, go!
What are you
I'm
touching?
going.
You're scratching your nuts?
8, you
That's
are
nice.
rather focused on your task of avoiding detection. You don't notice anything.
I'm gonna
inside.
look for what Sin's doing.
Okay.
You know what? I'll try and be stealthy.
Cause I haven't been stealthy up to this point. I just walked to this point of the dock and then I'm looking around. I'm not trying to make it look like I'm being sketchy. I'm gonna give the same merchant story to every single person who tries to talk to me.
I'll look sketchy. I'm gonna do it once my thing loads.
All right, so Reef,
I respect.
do you go further than where your token is, or like are you right up near where Sin is, or are you just
No, I'm gonna go like to here, to the edge, so I can see like a
there?
more full view of everything.
Okay.
My God.
As you get closer to the edge of this sort of broken, I wouldn't even call this a boardwalk, just like a sort of a dockway here. You hear something, or actually multiple things, in the water over here.
I'm gonna zero in on there and motion towards Sin and everyone else, and then like point on my ear and then point at where the stuff came from.
Okay.
The sound.
And to be a little more clear about what's going on over here, when you hear the noise, you take a look at it, and basically you quickly learn why this part of the dock has been destroyed. There's a sinkhole here. It's full of mud and water, and you take a closer look at it, and the creatures that are within sort of the mud here, you've spotted 1, 2, 3 Otyugs.
Not again. Egg those bastards.
None of them seem to care that you're there. Not yet, at least.
What about me? I sneak up and I put my ear to the window. Well, not the window, the wall.
The wall. There's someone on the other side of the wall.
Do I hear them? I have a 23.
Yeah, you hear them. They are, honestly, whoever it is not making that like good of an attempt to be quiet. They're kind of just like, you can hear, like kind of feet sort of, stomping on the floor. Almost sounds like this person is like, having some fun in there. Maybe just frolicking around in this room. So, but yeah, whoever's
like, not a care in the world.
Yeah, like very carefree person who is just taking up this space.
Oh, we're so gonna murder him for having fun.
It might be Salvatore, but it might not be.
I want to see if I can recall if the Otyugs would remember the truce I made with the other ones, and if they know fish is friend, not food.
Oh.
Okay. Knowledge. Tailor this to whatever the Otyug is, or what it would be listed as here. Knowledge. Probably,
local?
No, probably.
Dungeoneering.
It is dungeoneering, yes.
Oh.
I
would also like to roll because I have dungeoneering skills.
Well, Reef's kind of the only one going through this internal monologue here, so unless you're just like,
well, let's hope that Reef.
I have no points at
really
all. I have no
well,
points
can you
at
roll
all in
it then?
dungeoneering. I don't know.
You can still roll it.
Nah, knowledge skills are trained ranks only.
I have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
So yeah, if you don't have any ranks in it, then you just wouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
Alright, then we're just gonna ignore them for now.
Nah, I would say that hypothetically speaking, none of you would know based on those rolls.
Okay.
Good enough for me. As long as they're in the water,
so I'm not even trying. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, like I said, like none of them are making a move to attack Reef or anything. They're just kind of occupying the sinkhole.
Yeah, and Reef pondered to himself if they'd remember
this
him.
window.
Like,
Right,
they seem chill. We should probably just like walk away.
What if they're who we're looking for?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the O2. Yeah.
Can I wanna peek through this window. I'm gonna roll stealth.
Sure. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Do Theo or Sin inform us in any way, like I did, that there's somebody inside, or are we
Oh,
just?
that's such a bad roll.
I indeed let you
I'm
know that
committing to
someone's
it.
inside.
I'm committing to it. I'm peeking. I'm like going underneath the window. I'm assuming it's like a regular window, like house window where you can just go underneath it and pop your head up.
Yeah, like a window frame that your head
Like
can
yeah,
slightly
or
tuck
unless
under a little
it's
bit.
not like a ceiling to floor kind of window. It's
Yeah, that's what I understand.
just
What you're
regular
saying.
house window.
That's
Alright,
what I think.
So
It is.
I'm gonna crawl underneath it and then I'm gonna try and like lift my head up to like. Can I move my token, please? God damn it. God. Okay. What do I see? And
So
do they see me?
you
That's the
see,
question.
you see someone, not anybody that would be named Salvator. This is, let me, did I make a handout for this person? No, I didn't. Let me do that real quick so I can show you exactly what she looks like. This is a female elf.
Oh! Yes!
Theo just
Wait, is
looks
she
up
evil?
and he has hard eyes.
Is she evil? That's a great question. How would
It
you
only
like?
matters.
How would you
it
like to
only
determine if she's evil?
It only matters if she's
How
evil
do I
just because
determine if
Theo
she's
is so
evil?
into evil elves. There's no
Perception.
doubt
You
in
know,
my mind.
I will perceive whether she is good or bad.
Typically
Come on,
not how
20.
you do it, but sure.
Oh, she looks evil,
He looks
but
evil.
Theo doesn't know that.
Well, she's a very happy person, based on
I don't know. She is kind of cute.
her
She is
expression.
kind of cute.
But
Yeah,
you
but
know,
Theo doesn't like happy girls. He likes evil ones.
Hey.
You guys haven't told me, so Reef's just gonna start walking towards the fucking front door.
all right.
Start
Into
waving
towards
my
you guys.
arm.
Main
Like,
entrance is up here. I mean, there are other
Okay.
Now,
doors, but
does she see me?
let's see.
I rolled
I
a 12, so she just has to beat a 12, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you say that,
she is
but
distracted, to be fair.
she is a bit distracted by whatever it is that she's doing. She sees you. So 23.
I just meekly wave. I'm like, hi.
She's kind of
I
just like,
lift
oh,
my head
and
up and I go, hi.
you see her hop down from the desk that she was sitting on, and she makes her way over to the front door, and she opens it up like a nice person.
Oh, she is nice. Okay.
Well,
Theo is no longer interested.
Hey! Are you gonna tell me what I'm interested in?
Very easily, I'm the king.
You can't tell me shit.
I can do anything I please.
It's not gonna end well, but
The
sure.
front door?
up here,
Yeah, okay.
and you hear.
Hello, my name's Leori Voss. Are you looking for Salvatore as well?
Well, yeah.
Who?
Yes.
No.
No.
Only Theo is
I'm
there,
pretty
guys.
sure we're looking for them.
Alright.
I'm pretty
Well-
sure we're looking for him, no? Are we not?
Yeah, we're looking for
That
him,
is
probably.
why you're here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Okay.
But you're the only one there, so
Then I will
we
stick
can't
with my
answer.
answer.
Okay, to
then
be
yes.
fair, Sin and I are quite close, to be honest.
Okay.
It wouldn't be unreasonable if we heard the conversation.
I
Two,
will say
I'm
yes, we
saying
are looking
no.
for him.
Because who the fuck is this person? Why are we telling them what we're doing? Why do
Theo,
they
you
know
have
what
to be-
we're doing?
Sorry, not Theo. Reef, you have to be more trusting. She's an elf.
I just whisper
Sarah
to
just
Reef.
face palms.
Sin just leans over to Reef and says, "We're gonna kill her, right?"
Probably.
Yeah, Sarah's walking over, she
Very
hears
good.
that, and she just face palms.
Why are you looking for Salvatore?
Well, I want to speak to Salvatore because his art has a lot of themes important to Zongathan's faith.
Ooh, artwork.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot he's an artist.
Like I said, he's a very renowned, perhaps notorious artist. And yes,
Wait,
Sounds
what
familiar.
are
That
you
sounds
doing
familiar.
in his house? This is his house, right?
this is his house. Yes.
Like out of character. Yeah. What are you doing in his house dancing?
She just says, "Well, I was searching for him and I found his address, and I thought it was weird that no one was here or nothing was locked up, so I just thought I'd have a look around, try to find some clues."
Uh-huh. Would you like some help?
She says, "Sure, come on in."
Can
Alright.
can I just peek at her through like this interaction and and sense motive of the conversation I'm hearing if I can't see her because I can definitely hear it. They're right there.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not great. It's terrible. Everyone's motives are awesome.
Yeah, you're kind of just standing there like, "Wow, Theo met a nice lady."
God
A nice
damn it.
elven lady.
Yeah,
Reeves,
nice.
go get the light bringer.
What?
The light
oh.
bringer.
Nadia.
So I'll go in and I'll help
Yeah,
her
Reese.
look for clues because I got some pretty good perception.
Okay.
Can I? Oh, I don't mean to go on top of her.
Oh, I'm
My
sure
fucking
you
roll
actually
20 is
do.
slow.
I guess we're about to find the answer to our question.
Yeah, and in fact, Leori just says, I found something that might be of interest to you. And she just leads you through the house.
Yeah, take me with you because like I can't. I'm slow right now. Like my computer's slow.
Takes you into Salvatore's sort of studio slash living quarters. And she produces a small fragment of cloth that she says she found in the bedroom. She says it's not. This is something that isn't really consistent with anything else she found here, and she seems to think that this belongs to some kind of government official. But she does. She's not sure exactly how significant it is. Yeah, go ahead. This will be
Would
knowledge.
perception or knowledge local?
This is actually gonna be knowledge nobility.
Nobility. Oh man, I don't have any ranks in that.
Oh well.
You know I should, but
Well, Sarah kind of like is
You can roll.
showing she sees
You can roll local, but the
Theo
DC will be
kind of
higher.
struggling. So Sarah's walking up. Sarah kind of sees Theo be looking perturbed.
Yeah, you're watching through the window.
oh, no, I rolled. I don't know.
No, you don't know.
Why is
Sarah
my
looks
thing
and goes,
so
"Should
slow
I?"
today?
Sarah looks at Reef and Cinna goes, "Should I go in and help him?"
Sure, why not?
Probably.
But we're gonna need Nadia as well.
You know, I'm not quite
I'm
sure
not
what
going
this
back.
is from.
Look, I already walked enough. Not it. Sin, you go there and get her.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
for fuck's sake.
you
Nadia,
you don't know
What?
you don't know what
he needs your
this
help.
you don't know what the significance is, but you do know there's a big old blood stain on it.
Yeah, that would. Can I perceive how fresh that blood is?
So is the king telling me to go in or not?
It
The king is requesting Nadia.
it's not very fresh, probably a few days old.
Okay, well,
And
my thing is
Vandela
like
and the noble?
really slow. I clicked that like 5 seconds ago. Um. All right. So can I tell whether it belongs, like the piece of cloth belongs to Salvatore, or does it belong to someone else?
Well, Larry told you herself that she thinks it belongs to some kind of government official, which that's not what Salvatore is.
Yeah.
She just doesn't know who specifically it belongs to.
Hmm. Let me borrow this real quick, and I go out to because I could see through the window. Everybody looking. Okay. They're all peeking through the window at me and this girl. So I just look up and I'll be like, I'll be right back. And I take the cloth piece and I go out to them. I'm like, does anyone know what this is?
I do.
Theo reappears at the front door.
Well, they're down here, right?
Yeah, but
the cloth.
the door is up here. The front door is up here.
Okay.
Amy.
Well, I think it belongs to me and what's her name?
Leori.
God, I just forgot. Leori. Me and Leori think it belongs to a government official.
hate the government. Let me see.
Yeah, I know you hate the government, so.
All right, let me see if I know it. Wabam.
You're not sure either.
Damn it.
Nobility? Can I know? 'Cause I
Do you have
see her
ranks in
Yeah,
it?
yeah. If you've ranks in it, and you want to take a look at it yourself, then yes, you can go there and you can roll. Nope,
I know no.
you don't know.
It
Sarah.
seems the king
Alright.
isn't so kingly either.
So
Sarah,
is someone telling me to assault her, or is someone telling me to leave her alone? Because I thought she was a friendly lady, but if the king tells me go off, king, I'm gonna go off. Because she's staring straight
Can we
at me.
not? Can we not? Wait, Kim, can you not Kim? Sarah, can you come look at this?
Sarah is standing outside and she just hears her name being shouted. She comes in through the door. She's like, "What? What do you want?"
Sarah
I want you to look at
dives
this
through the
clock.
window that is currently
Oh,
intact.
I thought that was
and-
a door. I'm
no,
sorry.
it's okay. You're up here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sarah, I legitimately thought
Alright.
that was a door. So Sarah, like,
Oh God!
what?
Don't stand on me. Can you tell what this is?
Grumble, grumble. Nope. Not a clue.
All right, we are all absolutely useless. Thank you very much, everybody.
Really thought the bard would have gotten that one, but
Can
I
I
really
use
thought I
I
would
would
have
have
too,
too.
but then
Apparently
natural one.
not.
Can I try the knowledge local try?
I was gonna say, can I do that as well? But
I mean,
Am I in a wall or is my thing just not
was like,
loading?
no,
Oh,
you were.
I'm outside.
it-
Okay.
Sarah takes a look very quickly. Goes, nope. No idea.
Like I said, you can try local, but the DC is going to be higher.
Well, my thingy's a bit higher, so wapam. And
Hey, we might have gotten a hit.
Sure, why not?
hey.
This piece of cloth belongs to the missing castle seneschal.
Let's fucking go.
Fuck.
Is that good or
God
bad?
damn it.
Is that good or bad? Is that good or bad?
Very bad. The fucker's already dead.
I think Salvator killed him.
No, probably the other way around.
No. No.
Either way, we still have to
Ah.
figure out where the hell Salvatore is. So this does not answer that question.
No,
Only
it does
that
not.
we have the cloak of a dead man in here, which means there
Maybe.
may have been an altercation. Maybe we can't even
Probably.
be.
So
know that
I'll
for
go back
sure.
to the elf and I'll tell her what we determined it is and who it belongs to, and I'll ask her whether or not she thinks Salvatore killed him or he killed Salvatore, like what she thinks of the situation.
She thinks about it and she says, "Oh, I knew it was from some kind of important person. Well, I can tell you that he didn't kill Salvatore. Salvatore is definitely alive. I have an idea.
What makes you say that?
Well, because I think I know where he is.
Okay.
Oh.
That's helpful.
And
Do you want to show me?
well, I could come with you guys. I could take you
Sure,
there.
why not?
Oh, that would be nice.
Wonderful. He's currently
Well,
being
Sarah
held
says,
by the
"Sure,
emperor.
Why not?" Sarah's like, okay.
The
And while she
emperor.
says that, I'm also gonna do a sense motive real fast. Because I agree to that, and I'm like, wait,
Theo
hold up.
loves
What do I know about this person?
Theo is love struck. Theo doesn't care.
You admit it.
You can.
Feels like, wait, hold up.
So,
Like, sure. What? Why?
Sarah, you can also roll knowledge religion. There's a reason for it.
Okay.
But
Knowledge.
mostly because this girl is not shy about her religious iconography that she wears. Okay, so you recognize her sort of holy symbols and all of any other, like, you know, icons on her armor or any other thing that she may be having as belonging to the god Zan-Kuthon, who she mentioned in her little intro line. Zon-Kuthon is not a very nice god.
None of them are.
No, he is. His titles include the Midnight Lord, the Dark Prince, the Prince of Pain. He is concerned with darkness, loss, pain, the sin of envy.
We're still doing the sins in this one?
No, but I'm
Yeah.
just pointing it out because that's one of his areas of influence is envy.
So this guy is literally me. Get it.
Many of his worshippers are those who either they enjoy inflicting pain on others, or perhaps they enjoy having pain inflicted upon them themselves.
Can I tell which one she is? Well, I said, Sarah, tell which one she is, and then warn Theo.
Based on
Is she a
her
sadist or a masochist?
based on her demeanor and the fact that she is carrying a rather gnarly looking weapon. She currently is wielding. Well, she's not wielding it. It's like attached to her side. She has a rather long spiked chain as her weapon. The answer to your question is probably just yes.
Okay. I don't know. Theo might be for that.
Probably. You probably do want her to hurt you.
Yeah, maybe. But she seems nice. So, yeah. Theo has no idea what, anything that Sarah has uncovered. So, you're gonna take us to the Emperor, right?
Sarah is now slightly cautious. She's like, there's like, so she's just gonna question like, tell me more about.
Where
Sounds
is
like
the Emperor?
interesting god that you follow there. Tell me more about him.
Okay, so yeah,
outside.
I'll just provide a little bit of additional information. Here, I'll just move you.
You were
into-
outside.
Sarah is just trying to like. Sarah's just trying to suss out like why the fuck she's so interested in this.
So, just some additional information about Zon-Kuthon that Leori will talk about. He is Shaylin's sister. As such, although he opposes a lot of her, beliefs and tenets, he does not wish to bring her any harm, although that does not extend to her faithful. He also views, for a callback to last campaign, Savannah as one of his greatest enemies, the Seventh Veil, who Cade had a lot of dealings with.
Oh yeah.
What?
And overall, besides those two, like Zon-Kuthon himself has little concern for whatever any of the other gods are doing. He doesn't really feel the need to forge alliances, get himself involved in wars between the gods, or even diplomatic dealings. He is often the target of vengeance from some of the good gods of Galarian, but Zon-Kuthon himself doesn't really instigate the conflict therein himself.
Sarah is still a little wary. She
Well,
says,
but
"Yeah,
she
come
said
join
she's
us,"
gonna
but she's
take us-
also in the back of her head like, "What's the connection here?"
Theo is awestruck.
Uh,
Can I hold her hand?
Vondilla speaks up and she kind of just says, "Well, you don't want to hurt Salvator, do you?" And to that,
Why would I want to hurt him? He's a talented artist. I would just like to ask where his inspiration comes from.
I don't trust that at all.
sense motive then.
Motive.
I will.
I'm gonna
Through the
walk
window.
forward and
Sarah knows
fly
something.
over Sin for a second. And
It's motive go. God damn
is
it.
this a
Not
window?
him.
Yes, that's
Is
a
this a
window.
window?
It's a window.
You know,
Yes.
you know what to do.
I'm also
What you
gonna
know?
sense motive since I
Big
can
fat
scare again.
butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Do, 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 do.
I sense motive.
I like how
Damn
they're
it,
sensing
Nadia.
motive through walls and windows. You know what?
Maybe-
Just for
Don't question our power.
Did we rest long enough for my spells to come back, by the way?
Not
Probably not.
since
The ones I did use.
no, not
Cool.
not
Just
since
wanted-
the assassins. No.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget to do something.
Molly, go lay
Alright, I still have
down.
magic.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
everyone other
go
than
to
Reef,
bed.
you're okay. There you go. Finally went through.
So
Yeah, I mean,
slow.
she seems honest enough. Like she doesn't
I think she's good. She's just a little quirky. She's into the BDSM kind of stuff.
she doesn't
It's
have any interest in hurting Salvatore.
I trust her. All right, so
Reef-
let's go find Salvatore.
Sarah's
On
weird.
Reef
Has
sensing
no reason
motive
not
if
to trust
she's.
her, so she's just like, okay.
I'm sensing motive if she's a danger to us.
Rafe.
Basically, okay, go ahead. I don't think she is.
No, I know, that's my clarification. Like, I don't
She's too
disagree that
quirky
she's
to
looking
be.
for Salvatore and makes no harm to him, but it doesn't mean that she might not be meaning harm to us. So that's what I was trying to check this whole time.
Babe, Tristan goes, but bat flips, and Bree goes, are they helpful right now? No, they are not. And Tristan goes, they might be, and Bree goes, nah.
Nah,
I'm the best.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that exchange, to be completely honest.
Nothing beats
So
my
Rafe,
I'm
if-
stinky.
if
My
she- if she
boyfriend ran away
betrays us, you know what to do.
Yes. Roof
with that
nods
big
completely.
fat butt.
Yes. I
Wiggle,
mean,
wiggle,
no.
wiggle.
I mean,
And if Theo got you, really gonna let him do that to you? I personally wouldn't.
I mean, yes, I walked into it. Wait, no, I'm supposed to be going on it. Okay, we're gonna.
Have some self-respect, Reef. Go kick his ass. You can't let Theo talk to you like that.
I can, and I will.
The whole point of
All
this
right,
game
so
is to see the
Theo
short.
can
The,
disrespect the king
the-
now. That's
Well,
crazy.
you're the king.
the,
Oh, I'm
the
sorry. Let me
little-
rephrase that then. I guess Theo can disrespect the ex-king. That's crazy.
I've always
Oh,
disrespected
yeah.
any fucking royalty that's human formed.
Well, I'm not human form, so take that.
But you
Oh.
are. You walk on two legs.
I have a tail. Humans don't have tails. Boom. End video.
But you walk on two legs.
You're more human-eyed than I am. Boop.
Exactly.
no, you're not.
Therefore, I
Elf Kings?
disrespect you more than our disrespected Reef.
I hope this lady's looking at us in chaos and just going, "What did I just sign up for?" She doesn't
Sorry,
seem
girl,
dangerous to us right
She's
now.
probably
Welcome
down.
to
She's
my
probably
life.
down for it.
Yeah. So
Welcome to my life. Would you like it? I don't understand how I got involved in this, but here I am.
Sarah thinks we're the weird ones. Am I right, Reef? Obviously, she's weird
Yeah,
for not joining
it
us.
is. I know. Like, come on. No,
Like,
but
just enjoy-
honestly,
just enjoy the argument and just bully people. You know what I'm saying? It's the best way
we
to do
we
it.
will we woo. That's not what I meant to say.
Wee woo. Wee woo.
Jokingly looks at Mario and goes,
Wee
Halfling
woo. Wee woo.
companion?
Rock you. And another one. There you go.
would you like to
Are
join?
you? Okay, so I look straight at everyone else and go, okay, what we've established is who the fuck are to each other? We don't know. We know they're not an immediate threat to one another, and we both know they're looking for the same person. And what I also know is there's a Ryu to you sitting in the water right over there. So we should probably not go in that direction.
But probably not. Unless the palace is underwater.
I look at her and go, do you know the Emperor? Do you know the Muffin Man? That's all I heard in my head, I'm sorry.
The Muffin Man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Thank you. It's what immediately played when I said, do you know the Emperor? So I can't even judge.
No, what
Yes.
played in my mind was, you killed my groove!
I'm so glad.
Nobody could top mine.
Top.
I'm pretty sure the elf can top you
Drop,
later.
drop. Ha ha.
Oh dear.
One could hope.
One could hope.
You know, Phil, you go off and on about being perverted to being super saint-like and being disgusted by pervy jokes. And
So
now
here's the
you're
thing.
just
Here's
like,
the thing.
you make no
Theo
sense.
is not attracted to you. Theo is
Exactly.
attracted to this person, and that
Elves
thin
are
veil of
racist. I'm
piety,
playing perfectly here.
thin veil of piety, kind of dissolves away when his brain just goes, "Damn it, who are you?"
Oh, who are you people?
So Reef
So
looks
what
at
you're
everyone.
saying is that the elf is into elves and not you. Got it.
Yes,
I'm also into females.
certified fuck elf.
Or am I bi? I don't really know. We'll figure it out eventually.
I look at you and I go, "Well, you have some investigating to do later, so I guess we'll figure it out."
I just want to know what your penis looks like.
Well, the fact that you want to know that at all is interesting enough. We're going to look at
In
the
order
ladies'
to
Theo,
know that
everybody
you're
lies
portrait.
later. It's fine.
You could
Okay,
Everybody,
can I
kill
ask
two
the
birds
other
with one
elf
stone.
if they're
You
not
could
also
kill two
curious
birds with
what
one
another
stone and do a
species'
threesome.
penis or vagina looks like?
I look at the torture lady and I go, "I apologize for
The torture
whatever."
lady.
It's her new name.
She
Oh yeah.
she just says, "Oh, not at all. You guys seem like a fun group."
Okay. Well then, we're
like it.
a little chaos Hoard. So welcome
A little.
to the show. You're gonna
on,
come
Why are
along
you
with me
introducing
now.
it? You're no longer the king.
We're having soft tacos later.
We're having soft tacos later.
We're having soft tacos later?
Come along with me, friend. We're having
Tacos
soft
and
tacos later.
sushi, tacos and sushi,
And
tacos and sushi,
antidepressants.
and antidepressants.
We're just a bunch of memes, and I'm really sorry about that. But no, really, I'm trying to move the plot along, and I'm asking her where she thinks Salvatore is,
Oh, I
and
asked
just
her that like so many minutes ago.
I know, and that's why I'm bringing it back. And then I also asked her if she knows the Emperor and how to get to him.
Well, I am the emperor. No, you're a llama. I'm sorry.
Help, DM.
Uh,
I've made requests that make story movement occur. Help.
well, yeah. Here's a way that I can progress things a little bit.
Tacos and sushi.
Leori is gonna suddenly just perk up and be like, "Oh, I did find some other clues when I was walking around here. Maybe you guys could help me take a look, give a second opinion."
Sure.
Sounds amazing. Yes.
Alright, it's Nadia's time to shine.
So she leads you back into the front room first, where she points out that there are several sets of muddy footprints. Go ahead. This is actually gonna be a survival check, not perception.
Oh, okay. I'm just like preemptively like, all right, it's a
I-
perception. What do I see in the room?
Yeah, no, I get
know-
it, but technically you're tracking now, so this is
Okay, so
survival.
survival.
I know survival.
No, you
No,
don't.
I don't.
You know
Uh.
zero survival. You're dead. You didn't survive.
That's unfortunate.
I'm kidding.
I also know
I-
survival.
Somehow managed to like not only not see the footprints, but
How do you have a
injure
zero?
himself from the footprint.
He has
How,
negative.
wait, how do you?
He has
how do you get a
negative
zero.
negative wisdom mod.
-1.
Oh, I got a 10.
No, Vandilla got a 10.
Wandilla got a 10.
Oh, okay, that wasn't me. I
No,
did roll. There it
12.
is. I got a 12.
Anybody else wanna take a look?
I rolled, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I rolled
Yeah, no, I
16.
know. Reef.
Rafe!
It's just Reef.
Wait,
that
I
has
got
it.
a
I'm
full track
trying
layered
to
level.
get my
Minimum
What?
+1 to follow tracks.
So that brings it up to a 16.
Alright,
I'm
Sarah's your time to
assisting.
shine.
Okay.
Sarah.
So
I'm
already
assisting Sarah. God damn it.
so 18. Well, with enough of you looking, I suppose we can round up here. So
Oh, my phone is dying.
in addition to all the muddy footprints, you see that there are also
Ow.
sort of like thinner trails of mud and like some scuff marks on the floor. perhaps indicating that um, whoever these footprints belong to, at least the group rather, came in and they grabbed presumably Salvatore and they dragged him out of here.
How much you want to bet that the Emperor wants Salvatore to like paint him a grandiose picture or something like that, and that's why he was kidnapped?
So Sarah ignores Theo and says, "You know, it looks like he was dragged out of here by someone or someone's.
Yeah.
I can't. I can see the trail. I can't tell how many footprints that there are."
It appears in all to be 6 sets of footprints. So this wasn't like a solo job.
I'm assuming. Did I roll high enough to know that, or did Lowry tell me this?
No, I would say with the aid from your friends that
Okay.
you would have gotten high enough to do
Sarah's
that.
like, look, it's like, okay, so we determined that there's a bunch of people, maybe about 6, and they dragged him out of here. Out the window, you said, right?
No, just out the front door.
So Sarah's like, okay, so let's see if we can see more footprints. So let's go out the front door and make sure we don't see our own footprints. So Sarah follows the footprints in the trail outside or the front door.
I will also follow.
I will float so I don't make any more footprints and confuse Sarah.
Well, we didn't really walk on the mud. Really, we were walking on the dock, unless we made muddy footprints.
That's what the mud wants you to think.
What?
She
Yeah, what do I think?
well, sorry, what are you looking at again? I heard too many voices.
I'm following the trail, so I'm assuming
Okay.
you're doing
I think you should see a
survival track to
psychiatrist
see,
about
like,
that.
You're right. I should. So yeah, the some of the
Sorry.
footprints do lead to the other side of the hallway, which Leori starts to make her way in that direction. She flings the door open and reveals that what you initially seemed like, Salvatore was like living in his studio. No, this is a bedroom here in the top right. Another survival check as the footprints kind of all come together in here. Although I'll take the 18 because you rolled it already.
Okay.
Any assistance from friends?
I'm rolling. You just gotta wait a second or two.
Okay, fair.
Assistance is futile.
I know survival.
Or you
Wow,
forgot
once again, no, you don't.
2 in a row.
Back-to-back bagels from
Zero.
Sin.
Sarah is just kind of like watches Sid and continuing to somehow hurt himself trying to follow these tracks, of just looking in the opposite direction. And she's like, I
Is
don't.
everyone's roll like slow, or is it just mine? Oh,
There you go.
Yours, 'cause mine went right away.
Yeah, Leori sees Sin looking at the footprints and just goes, "Is this your first time seeing human footprints?"
Actually, yes, it is. I usually don't track people.
Wow, how did you make it that far in a city?
Easy. I kill people before they run away.
Oh. That's interesting.
Sarah
And
just
she-
has no response.
she
Her
got-
mouth is open, like you can't. And like
I turn to Leori and I
just
joke and I
that
say
look.
he's secretly a kangaroo and he hops around on his tail, therefore he doesn't make any tracks.
So,
Sarah also looks at Theo dumbfounded and goes, "Don't listen to those 2 idiots."
through your combined brain power,
Come on,
looking
I
at
got
these,
a 20. I got a 20 plus half Slayer level.
yeah, so it becomes 29. So yeah.
Woohoo.
So through your combined brain power of examining these footprints, you determine that the most likely outcome here is that a group of men came here and abducted Salvatore while he slept.
Okay, that doesn't really explain the bloody patch.
Yes,
Are you telling me my
this.
survival?
Someone
I'm
picked up
not
her
telling.
I
You
figured
know
this
nothing,
out.
Mr. Double Bagel.
I figured this out. All me.
I'm gonna like walk over to Sin and just push the crown off his head. Not take it, just push it off his head.
Joke's
I
on
will
you.
roll
It's
for
around
it.
my horn, so nice try.
Okay, while this is happening, Sarah tells Lowry this and goes, "But maybe the kid came from the kidnappers? Because Salvatore, unless I'm wrong, Salvatore is not like a fighter or anything, right? Like, I know he's
She
an
says-
artist, but he doesn't have a reputation for violence."
Well, unless one of the gang members is a distinguished member of Corvosan government, then
Babe.
this,
No, we know
I'm
who
thinking.
this is. I'm saying unless one of the gang members hurt or killed.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
well-
Member of
sorry.
enforcing
I'm
government.
not trying to derail, right? But my boyfriend is
You are
playing Monster
derailing them.
Hunter.
You're
Hold on, hold on.
derailing
It's
though. No.
hilarious.
No, send it in the group chat. Send it in the group chat.
Larry just says, "Well, no, I'm pretty sure that that's a separate incident. I can't say for sure what happened to him, but maybe we'll find him wherever we find Salvatore."
So,
Perhaps.
okay. So, does the trail run cold outside? Because, like, I'm assuming we didn't see any footprints or anything when we came in.
No one was actively looking for anything like that. So the footprints leaving, it's a lot harder to spot muddy footprints once you get onto, grass and other mud, of course, but they seem to leave the house going in this direction.
Okay. So Sarah's just kind of trying to, like, go in that direction.
Okay.
I hit a wall.
Did you? Oh, that's where I placed one of the doorways that I took off the house. That's why. Okay, you should be able to move freely now. Larry sees the two of you leaving, and then she's just going to turn to Theo, and she just says, "Well, I guess they don't want to see the other room."
Oh, there's another room?
Yeah, there was one other thing that I thought looked interesting. I don't know. Maybe it would pique your
piques
interest.
my interest.
Yeah, Sarah's trying to figure out where they went, so she's just, like, chilling.
She goes down
Onward!
into the studio and walks up to a door that leads to the east, and she's going to step inside, and she takes care not to go too far into the room. She just says, don't go all the way in. And she points to the northeast corner of the room where there is a rather sizable patch of what looks to be yellow mold.
Aw, if only Dream was here.
And to describe the rest of what this room may have been before, this room appears to have once been a combination kitchen and storeroom, but it is now a bewildering riot of brightly colored fungus and mold. The stuff grows everywhere and in every color, over tables, across cupboards, and in swaths along the floor and walls. But it seems thickest in the spot that I pointed out, which is right here, where it is all yellow. And what's notable about this particular location in the room compared to the rest of it is that no sunlight hits this corner of the room.
Can I perceive whether it's toxic or not?
Yeah.
You know what? Just like a bold theory, right? Just like out of character. I'm betting you this motherfucker ate this mold and that was his inspiration for all his paintings.
Be funny.
This would be knowledge nature, I think, would be a good one for this.
Oh, I don't have that.
I do.
Well, you're gone. You're not here.
I know. Well, where am I?
You're outside. Just chilling.
Nah, I think Nadia's here. Or Vondilla's here.
Yeah,
they're
I'm
both still
outside.
inside.
I was too big to get through the fucking door, and you're all in the room together already, and I can hear everything from the window. I didn't see what Dawn was.
So, any idea
yeah,
what this
so
is, Nadia?
The larger patch of yellow mold is indeed toxic. Probably best not to disturb it. It has appeared to, the area that it's in has several different items that could constitute perhaps Salvatore's painting supplies. There does seem to be one jar that is completely full, whereas some of the other jars of, paints and pigments appear to have had their color slightly faded through whatever sunlight does manage to hit this part of the room, or if it had been stored elsewhere for a time, perhaps. This one particular full jar still looks very like bright and pristine looking, and sort of untouched by any sort of natural deterioration that could have occurred to it.
Magic.
Larry looks at the two of you who are standing in the room with her, and she just says, I could totally destroy that mold if you want. And I could do it with a flourish.
Can I step out of the room if you're gonna do that?
By all means, I probably would have suggested that you do that anyway.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna just like step right out of the room.
Nadia, once again, like everybody else, just goes diving through the window.
Well, I
So-
mean, I don't blame her after hearing that. She's like,
If
"Fuck
you
this shit,
say
I'm out."
if you save Salvatore and he makes it back home, he's just gonna see all his windows blown out from you idiots just diving through them all
I didn't go through it. I just
Like a-
talked through it.
like a fucking saloon. Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. You guys can only do that because I don't put like lighting barriers over the windows, because if I do that, then they wouldn't be windows.
Well, yeah. Well, I know.
That's how they
but
work.
that's
Are
why
they like, are they windows that are like stationary?
okay, guys, the big white bars are doors. The smaller
Yes.
silver
Like
ones are
forced
windows.
it open?
That is,
Which
that
is
is
why-
correct.
Yes, which is
the
why I didn't
windows
go in the window.
the windows actually do, even though this house looks pretty dilapidated and decrepit, like the windows are
They
in
do open.
they're in working order enough that they can be opened and closed. Leori, for her part, drops a flame strike on the mold, and it is gone and destroyed completely and utterly in a glorious 42 damage burst.
That's my kind of girl.
Shattering many of the jars of pigments, but of course the one that I had mentioned remains intact, and now it is able to be accessed if anyone would like to figure out what it is or what it might do.
Sure. What do I roll?
It's safe to say that at this point,
It would-
Perception?
Sarah and Sid have kind of figured out that while they're trying to track where these tracks went, everybody else is still back at the house.
It is.
I feel a disturbance in the force. Let's go back.
Wait, yeah, where is everybody?
The
They don't care about finding this guy?
I would like the two of you to roll perception before you head back inside.
Okay.
All right.
As far as the jar,
I have eyeballs.
the jar of stuff. This is
Yay.
going to be well, Vondilla's detect magic, and then someone can roll spellcraft to.
Oh, I think I have
Okay.
spellcraft. Come on, why is my thing so fucking slow?
Doesn't like you.
I
topic.
don't have spellcraft.
What does
Wait, can
Sid-
I roll it if I'm not proficient in it or no?
No, you have to be trained in it. Vondilla might have it. I can always just roll it for her. It's yeah, she
Why
is.
am I taking a negative to fucking
I
sleight of
know.
hand?
So I also do, but before we get there,
Probably armor check
um,
penalty.
did Sin and I
Alright.
notice anything before we came back in the house?
So yes, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
You guys noticed hiding in some thick brush is another group of gang members. They were sort of seemingly hiding in wait to see if anybody was going to come check out the house. You've spotted them. They don't seem to be aware that you've spotted them.
Sarah
Keep it a
curses under
secret.
her breath, grabs Sin, and runs inside.
They are located like map wise, like in the top corner up to the left. Vondilla and only Vondilla is able to figure out what this item is. This is a jar of marvelous pigments. This is honestly a pretty powerful magic item. Here's what it does. The pigments in this jar enable their possessor to create actual permanent objects simply by depicting their form in 2 dimensions. The pigments are applied by a stick topped with bristles, hair, or fur, just a standard paintbrush. The emulsion flows from the application to form the desired object as the artist concentrates on the image. 1 pot of marvelous pigments is sufficient to create a 1,000 cubic foot object by depicting it 2-dimensionally over as much as a 100 square foot surface. You may only create normal inanimate objects. You cannot create creatures, and the pigments must be applied to a surface for this to work. This process takes 10 minutes, as well as success on a DC 15 craft painting check to depict an object using the pigments. Marvelous pigments cannot be used to create magic items. Any objects of value, for examples being precious metals, gold, platinum pieces, gems, jewelry, ivory perhaps, and so forth. They appear to be valuable, but they're really made of lesser materials: tin, lead, glass, bone, anything that's inexpensive. You can also use the marvelous pigments to create any normal weapon or suit of armor or some other mundane item, including food and provisions, as long as the value does not exceed 2,000 gold pieces. Once you complete the 10 minutes and the crafting check, the effect is instantaneous, and you can use whatever you create however you like.
Cool. I want that.
Unlimited power.
You aren't here when I go away. It's mine.
So Sarah runs in at this point, and she kind of goes, "Gang members outside, hiding in wait."
I'm gonna pocket the paint. Not even gonna flat ahead.
I think Fondella should get it. She's the one who discovered what it is.
The only reason she did is because she didn't go with you guys, and because I don't have. I'm not giving it to Vondilla. I'm assuming Vondilla told me what it was, and I'm taking it.
Fight
Vondilla,
over,
write that
fight
down.
over whatever the fuck it is later. Gang members outside, lying in wait.
Yeah, Reef is like waving at you guys from the window and then just starts blood raging.
Well, so much for a stealthy approach.
They're staring at me, bro.
Yeah, but
They
we have
don't
we
see
have
us.
the element. We have the element of cover. They don't.
They
You
didn't know
do.
that we. They
You
didn't
do.
know that. They didn't know that we knew that they were there. Now they see you blood raging. Now they know.
Okay, me blood raging doesn't make me turn into a Super Saiyan. It's not like I have this magic aura just shining around me. Two, I'm in their line of sight, whereas you guys might still be hidden and your fucking plan still works. I might be the only person they think they found, is my point. Since I'm outside the building, they might literally see me.
All right, whatever.
Agreed. So Sarah, that's why Sarah's like, fight over this later. Gang members now. So she sees Reef starting to blood rage, and she just points at him as if to be like, he gets it.
Like, I out of character. I just want to be clear. Like, it's fine if you guys want the element of surprise and them not realizing you're here and you want to like ambush them, but I didn't want to metagame
fine.
and pretend
It's
they didn't see me because like I'm outside. I didn't go in the building.
Right. Yeah.
But it's
So
really up to what.
yeah. So I mean, they would spot Reef. They wouldn't necessarily spot the rest of you though.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm trying to say. So
yeah, Sarah is like, see, so Sarah's pointing at Reef like, he gets it. Can we have bigger problems right now.
Larry,
Yeah,
Theo, you see like a wide grin come across her face, and she's like, "Is there violence to commit?"
Yes.
Reef is
Oh my
looking
God,
back from the window.
You like that too?
Oh, I love it. And she walks
should-
past you, just pushes past everybody, like gets to where Sin is, and is like, "What's going on out there?"
I look
no.
at Sarah and I
There's
go,
like-
"This
there's
is
like
my
five- there's
girl."
like
It
5
goes, oh,
gang members. Do you know Fireball?
Oh no. Oh no. Guys, we might be losing Theo after this.
Huh? Shame.
She kind of just
Anyway,
shakes. She shakes her head, and she's like, "Fireball? That's child's play. Who needs that?"
All right, then go murder them.
I'm gonna run up to see what this girl can do because she's a wet dream right now for Theo.
She goes.
So Sarah sees the hearts in Theo's eyes and goes, "Oh shit."
She goes, "With pleasure." And I'm actually going to. I have her sheet set to not like show the rolls, but I am going to show this one because she has a spell that is new specifically for this campaign, and I want you guys to know what it does because it's really cool. So
I appreciate you.
All right,
Oh,
I'm
By the
definitely gonna
record,
pick up that
for the
spell.
record, for the entirety of this fight, Sarah is going to be watching Larry and Theo, and with the with "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" in the back, running through her head.
You know, you could do a bar performance and actually play that.
You could.
No.
You are bored.
She should do a bardic performance, but that's besides the point. So Sarah sees everyone get
Yeah,
tricked.
why would the
She's
bard do
going-
that?
So I actually should do a bardic performance because I'm gonna get my guitar out, start strumming, so that I can give. Where'd it go?
Away. Up, up, and away. Up, up, and away.
I have to check something. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Either way, starting a bardic performance is actually a really good idea for me right now.
Take
Because I
your
need it for a couple of different
time.
things. Where are my feet? There they are.
Larry steps
Where are my
outside.
feet? You look down. There
She
they are.
she looks to her left as she's casting her sadomasochism spell on herself, and she says, "Hey there, Dragon Man. There's more of them than there are of you. You need help." And she
But yeah.
Look at her. And I
Pulls-
just go,
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Sorry, because I started bardic performance. I inspire courage.
okay. So everybody can check off Inspire Courage on their buff box if you will, please.
There we go. That's what I was looking up. Thank you. And I inspire competence. Sorry,
Think you can only choose one.
I inspire competence, not inspire courage. Because inspire confidence is the.
Inspire Competence. Okay, that's different. Sure.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
What are you upset about?
My computer is so slow. I can't do it.
I just did.
Oh,
I just
okay,
did. I
that's
just did it. I just did it. I did it for you.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
basically everybody gets a +3 on skill checks because I started a bardic
Thank you.
performance.
Why don't you do this more often, you bastard?
We were told to make sure we knew our feats and everything. So,
So
I studied.
Reef looks over and goes, "Battle buddy."
And you watch as she pulls out and arms herself with her very impressive looking spiked chain.
Reef is ecstatic. So he pulled out his +2 vicious scythe. I didn't mean to swing it.
But, she looks at you and the way she says it, you swear it's almost like she doesn't sound demonic, but it seems like it should. She's like, "They're gonna get it."
Yes. And the Reef is just like, okay.
And
I
she's
like
just
your
she's just
enthusiasm.
going like headlong
Charging.
into it. Roll initiative, everybody.
Yeah, Reef is charging with her and looking back at everyone, going, "Haha! I get by." Literally before I leave the window, I'm gonna go use this to take advantage and see if there's others coming from other directions. We'll buy us some time before you guys come out, and then I go charging in too.
Oh, it's so slow.
But yeah, by the way, for this bardic
My
performance,
God.
Sarah is 100% playing Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Can you
Can you
feel-
Oh,
feel the love tonight?
I'm so glad that there's so many of us that just.
Oh wait, no, it's better. It's the original comedic
Can you
version that
close
Elton
my
John did not want
box?
musical. It did not want the movie.
Oh wait, I was right there.
Tim, I'm having
my God.
technical difficulties. My buff box won't close.
It's a good thing I kept your sheet open.
Yeah, I think Leah's gonna need help tonight.
Yeah, it's wait.
No, because my boyfriend wouldn't let me use his computer. His computer's better than mine.
Have you
You're not
tried?
allowed.
Have you tried getting good?
No,
It's okay. You
I
rolled a
can't
1 on
get it.
initiative anyway.
No, I wanted to roll myself. I just wanted my sheet to not be broken.
Well, that's nobody's fault or problem. But
No,
Bundle did worse than you. It's okay.
I demand reroll.
Do you have the thingy to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna demand it.
This is not a initiative. Is not an intelligence based roll.
I figured it was worth a shot, though.
All right, so I'm actually gonna move.
I'm usually not home when I use it, so.
Turn order box over this way. It's a good thing I looked at the.
Are you playing Dwakwa?
It's a good thing I looked at Twitch to make sure I was keeping the thing on stream because I just caught another spam bot in the chat.
Oh, a spam bot. Let me see.
I banned them already, so
I don't-
it's gone.
Oh, but I didn't see any. I didn't see the
That's-
spam.
It was just,
Okay.
like best viewers, some stupid link. All right, so
I'm
let's
lurking on the Twitch to give you a viewer.
appreciate it. Let's go. So we have two of the thugs here. They're gonna both rush in.
Oh,
One of
my
them
God.
is going to go to here. The other is going to go to here. They are both going to attack Leori. So we can see. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the first attack.
My other laptop is over there, but I don't have a charger for it. That one works better.
Get the charger for the worst. Dude.
Stop judging me. All right. I want to see this girl kick ass.
Well, you're not allowed.
All right. First strike against her from one of the thugs is actually a critical.
Oh no, my baby.
Larry takes 25 points of slashing damage. However, because of her spell, they have to roll a will saving throw. Okay, 14 is a failure, and so that means that the effects of the sadomasochism spell that Leori has to deal with, now this guy also has to deal with. So, anytime, so he is now demoralized, and anytime Leori hits this guy, she gets to roll damage twice and take the higher result. The other guy missed with a 17, and actually, yeah. So I forgot that there was a tie. So Sin should have gone before the second guy, but Sin, go ahead and go now.
All right. What I want to do earlier was like stealth, so I can get like a sneak attack off. I guess it really doesn't matter because they're flat-footed anyway. So I'm going to shoot an arrow at this dude first.
Okay.
And of course I'm going to use my second shot, but my second shot entirely depends on what happens to this guy.
All right.
So bam.
21 hits.
All right, and I get sneak attack off, but instead of getting sneak attack, I'm gonna do my thing to where I get to intimidate him.
Okay.
So this is gonna be a +10, +2 because I'm wearing a mask, so +12 altogether. Wha-bam!
So
Damn it, I rolled a
30,
2.
34, if my math is correct. That is, I mean, that there's no reason why that shouldn't be good enough. Let me just make sure though. Yeah,
I rolled a 2. God damn it!
That's plenty good enough. You exceed by at least 10. So he gets a will save to avoid being frightened. He actually gets a +1 on this save because it's a fear effect. That's a 7, so he's frightened.
Very good.
And then shaken for it's an extra round for every 5 that you beat it by, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is an extra, so 4 rounds of shake. Well, 1 would go away with the fright, so 3 rounds of shaken after the fright ends.
Yes, and thanks to my ability, I get to add a D4 for him being shaken.
Yes, so go ahead and add that.
It's a 1.
So 4 rounds of shaken
And
after
for
the fright ends.
Right. And for my second shot, it's going towards this dude.
Okay. Obviously a natural 20 hits. That is not a confirmed critical. So you said is this one, right?
That's this one.
Oh, that one. Okay. Sure.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
So in +12 to intimidate, wha-bam! God damn it!
36. That is, yeah, that of course beats by 10. Will save is a 9, so he's also frightened.
Let's go! Everyone fears the king. And then I'm gonna take a 5-foot step right there. I'm gonna drop my bow so I can get ready to charge to battle.
Okay. As you wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I got so confused for a second, and I thought you were standing where Reap was standing. I'm dumb. I was about to say, oh, and by the way, there's an opportunity attack, but no, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, if only.
So the noble is just piecing out.
2 of them are just gonna run.
No, I said the noble. Him.
Oh, there is no noble.
Oh, Garen, who's all the way down there still. I mean, he would have come inside. He, though he took some classes with Vencarlo, he is a bit apprehensive about going into a fight against some thugs. So he is gonna just be content to sit in
Stay
safety.
inside.
He
Yeah, I don't
he-
blame him.
he believes that since you dealt with the assassins earlier, that you're all pretty capable and you have a numbers advantage anyway. So he feels pretty confident that he can just kind of set this one out and be okay.
So we're gonna toss him to the Otiuks later. Yes.
There you go. It's a good way to get on a
If you're not used,
good
if
level
you're
of
not
evil
useful in
here.
if you're not useful in combat, then you perish.
I mean, that is technically true in some settings.
I'm the king, so I say that's how it works. So just get ready for that guy to die. Get some last words in for me.
So, all right. So overall, pretty productive turn from Sin there, and actually the next 2 thugs to go are the ones that are frightened. So they are running away. I'm only going to move them to the edge of the map, but they're further off than this. So they take their speed to move away from Sin and the house, and by proxy the rest of you. They move 30 feet away. So this one here is like an additional 20 to 25 feet off the map. This one's like 15 to 20 feet off the map, just for reference later. It is Leori's turn. She is going to go back and make sure I have her proper tactics here. Naturally, Paizo and their infinite wisdom have decided to hide her character sheet way back in the appendices. So
As
Of
you
course.
do. As you do.
as you do. Granted, I also have it in front of me on Roll20, but okay. Right. I didn't do any of the precasting that she normally does. So what she's going to do is she is going to take a you know what? Yeah, she's gonna take a 5-foot step back. I might actually scratch that because I don't remember what kind of reach this weapon has. No, it doesn't have reach, so no, she doesn't move anywhere. She sits right there. She's going to attack the guy that she demoralized, which means that if she hits, she gets to roll damage twice and take the better result.
Let's go.
Okay, so her first attack hits, dealing 12 points of piercing damage. Her second swing is a 13 that misses. But like Reef being in fairly close proximity to her, like there is like a joy and a glee that she fights with that is just not present in the rest of you. Like
She enjoys fighting more than me. That's quite the surprise.
like she's kind of beginning to remind you of like a less crazy Jolastina. Like taking great pleasure in what she's doing, but she's not like a complete psycho.
Oh, don't remind me of that bitch. I fucking hate her.
Yeah, you remember.
Stab me.
No, it's not a like you're in it for the art of it, not the gory. But does that make sense?
Yeah, like to her, committing violence against anyone, including herself, is basically an art form. So you're not far off with that assessment. It is now the final thug's turn. He has a clear path to just charge Leori, so he's going to do that. With his battle axe in hand, he is going to raise it high, swing at her, and he misses with a 21. Which brings
21 misses.
21 misses Leori, yes. Brings us to Nadia's turn. So you are currently holed up in the studio with Vandilla and Sarah and Garen.
I'm gonna get out of here. Aha.
Diving through the window once again.
I didn't know that was a window.
They're all windows, except
all good.
we've been over this. All right, so yeah,
It's all good. It's all good.
Everything's an exit apparently.
given the amount of movement you
yeah.
have, I'm saying that you actually do blow out this window to get outside because you wouldn't be able to do that otherwise with your speed. So yeah,
Need to roll anything.
no, you just kick out the window and go. I mean, unless you want to
Okay.
take the time to actually open the window without breaking it, that's up to you. But
No.
Break the window.
no, yeah, it's right through the window goes the Shalenite cleric. All right, spiritual weapon, excellent. Where are we placing it? Behind those guys, got it. All right, let's do
Very good spot to place it.
this. Well, it's a glaive, so it's got to go a little further back. So maybe like here. All right, so it gets one attack against a target of your choice for this turn. Middle guy. 24 hits, dealing 3 points of force damage. And yeah, movement spell, attack. Okay, cool. Sarah's turn. Inspiring competence in all of her friends.
She is, and she's like, "Do I have to go out there?" Yeah, I do. So I'm just gonna. Can I walk that far? Yeah, I think I can if I use my whole action, right?
Um,
Alright, that's
yeah, 5, 10, 15, squeeze. Yeah, you can get outside with a full round run, yeah.
Yeah, so Sarah uses her. So I'm not even gonna run. Sarah just kind of like leisurely walks to the outside.
Yeah, and
That's
then
her
you
whole
just
turn.
you just maintain the performance as you're moving through.
Yeah, she's just like, "Oh God, I gotta get out there." Okay, and she just walks outside while maintaining the performance.
All right, cool. Reef's turn.
It says, "Hello, boys," and promptly reaches out. Actually, no. Ooh.
Little white voice extension, like
Boop.
be able to use.
And just becomes gigantic, and steps towards them. 5-foot step here, and does the most intimidating thing I possibly can. So the dragon just grew a size larger.
Yep, sure did.
Hi, everyone.
Reef gets real big and starts mean mugging. 31. So, yeah, that's a success against all of them, or whichever one you were trying to. I missed if you pinged one in particular, but
Oh no, all of them. I was
Okay.
saying, hey guys, like maybe this was the poorest decision you've ever made.
yeah, they are certainly feeling that right now, Mr. Krabs. So let's see.
How are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? You can't say a popular quote and not expect me to fucking mimic it.
Yeah, same.
How many ranks do you have in Intimidate, Reef?
I have 6.
Enough.
You picked the worst
I have
time to
6
like
ranks.
talk over. Okay, 6. Okay.
6.
Six.
6.
All right, so you frighten 2 more of them.
Okay.
1, 2. The middle guy rolls a 21, so he is merely shaken.
Give her a piece of popcorn.
Not stirred. Got it.
Right.
Isn't that something that I said like last campaign?
I don't know. Maybe that's
I
also
feel like
something
that's
James.
Oh no, I
That's
was
just James
saying
Bond.
shook.
Like
I was saying
Yeah.
he's shook.
shooketh.
Yeah. Shooketh.
Yeah.
That's
is
what it
you
was.
said last
I kept
campaign.
saying I'm shooketh.
I'm shooketh. I'm shooketh. I should try to put my hat on top of my headset. Didn't think that plan through.
Someone crawled up me and died.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Well, I can't do anything else for my action economy. I've done everything I can. So yeah.
Okay.
Huzzah.
I dropped some shots on the hit roll, but it's a flat.
It's now Theo's
I'm
turn.
gonna.
Oh, sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
assuming that they're running off in the direction of the palace, or are they just running off in any direction away from us?
They are. Well, they're forced to flee you guys, so they're running away from the house. Currently, they're just the path of least resistance is to the west. So they're just kind of running off into like some, like kind of similar kind of like brush that they were hiding behind before.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Theo's turn.
Okay.
Every Terminator has.
Well, I'm gonna step out. Okay, can I move? So fucking slow. What's my speed? 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. And I will double slash once I get there. You just gotta be patient with me. I'm sorry.
Not
I'm gonna get a new computer eventually. This one has been dead for a while because this is the one that the charger broke inside the computer. So I had to get pliers and pull it out.
tough, yeah.
And yeah. Okay, time to wait for the computer to load. I mean, unless you want to roll it for me, I'll tell you what I want to do.
Right.
I want to do the
so you wanted to move
20
to-
feet. I moved to the enemy. I think that guy's still alive, right? He's just frightened.
Yeah, the three in front of you are all still alive. Yeah, the one
I
directly in
wanna-
front of you and the one on the bottom are frightened. The one in the middle is just shaking.
I'll shaken, not stirred.
Right.
I will
So-
slash at the guy that's directly in front of me.
Yeah, get there, swing swords, right, Gladius?
Yeah, Gladius's.
All right, so the first swing is an 18 that hits.
Oh, now my sheet decides to have a little 20 on it, so it means it's loading.
You then take your offhand sword, you swing, and it's a critical
Ooh, nice.
for another 11 points of damage. You're hacking and slashing, and blood spraying everywhere, and this guy's a mess, but he's still alive.
Unfortunate. All right, that's my turn.
Okay. Vondilla is going.
Actually, wait, hon.
Go ahead.
I want to study. They're all the same, right?
Study target. Well, yes, you would have to pick one, or
I'll
well,
pick
yeah.
the guy in the middle.
Okay, so the one that's not frightened, he's going to be your study target. So I'll mark him with something that would indicate that real quick. I'll go to target. Perfect. Okay. Vondilla is going to casually step through the window that her sister went through. Get to about there, not immediately noticing the enlarged reef. And she actually and I'm gonna have Nadia roll perception here real quick. Actually, she's gonna say something under her breath, and I want to know if Nadia hears it. So you hear your sister just say, "I wonder how this affects the conversation we had earlier." She is going to utilize her lightning lash that she used last time we played. Wow. Okay. So she conjures her lightning lash and swings towards this guy, is the only one that she can actually target. And that is a critical hit, dealing a total of 14 points of damage. And let's see, what's the trip check? 10. He still stands. So yeah, he doesn't get knocked down. Top of the round. First guy, forced to run. So this is going to be opportunity attacks for Reef and for Leori. Leori misses with 15.
I'm muted. I didn't notice that. Hello.
Hello.
But yeah, I don't know if you heard me. You get an opportunity attack, Reef.
I did. I was just still processing the unmute, and then.
Oh yeah, no worries. Sorry.
I had to close my sheet to get to the.
Can somebody agree with me on something?
That depends. What are
know.
we agreeing on?
Do you also hate the sound of cornstarch?
I'm sorry.
it's
Do
not
I hate
great.
the sound?
Yes,
Oh,
the sound of
shit.
cornstarch.
What kind of sound
No,
does
anyway.
cornstarch make?
Oh my god, you don't know the sound of cornstarch? Oh,
You
it's
mean corn flakes?
disgusting. No,
We can-
cornstarch.
You know what? We can talk about it after this because we're gonna go to break after. So
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so
So, Reef, All right. So, Big Reef.
Reef big boy.
Oh, did you move forward? No, you don't have to move forward.
I moved sideways to make sure I didn't hit our friends.
Oh, well, no, your weapon doesn't automatically cleave things. No, you just
No, I meant because I was okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, cool. Awesome.
He
Then
still
yeah, I
wants to
don't
make
need
sure
to.
we're all safe.
I see
and out of
I see
harm's
what you
way.
mean though. You're bigger. You clearly are swinging a wider arc. I understand. But no, you're
Yeah, that's why I did a 5-foot step. I was like, it's not that big of a deal.
you are proficient enough of a combatant to make sure that you're not hurting your friends.
Awesome.
So this poor fool tries to run away, and well, let's just say that he gets away, but his head is at Reef's feet. As Reef just lops it off, dealing 30 points of damage. In a single swing.
Can I punt his fucking skull at the guy's running away?
One point of damage to himself. Yes, of course you can, and I am going to be sharing a meme in the chat if I can find it.
Yeah, Reef is just saying you forgot something and then just punting their friend's head towards them.
Yes, I found it. I found the image.
Oops.
You guys are all going to get a kick out of this, I promise. There you go. Enjoy. As Reef declares this to the world. He punts the head 50 yards.
Nice.
Removing one of the thugs from the equation. That brings us to Sin's turn. So Sin, two have already run away. One is badly injured and is about to run away, and the other one is kind of he's just there. He's there and he's shaking.
Yeah, he accepts his fate and is, I don't think, moving anytime soon in any direction.
Probably not, no.
Alright, he's gonna perish. So 5. Gonna get past you. 10, 15.
So you just said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
25, 30. And unfortunately for me, I can't. I'm going to do a non-lethal attack.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna torture him.
We're being a benevolent king for once? Oh, well, he said torture. Never mind.
I'm not being benevolent. I'm gonna torture him later to get some more information. The others can die though. All right, let me see here.
The other ones are running away. Very well, just possibly gotten smacked in the head with their friend's skull.
How do you work non-lethal attack?
How do you work a non-lethal attack? You say it's non-lethal, and instead of it being lethal, it isn't.
There's a penalty to attack rolls for choosing to deal non-lethal damage.
It's -4.
Okay, thank you for that.
For certain weapons, there isn't though, right?
Yeah, like unarmed, there wouldn't be because that just deals non-lethal by default.
That's what it is.
Unless you're a monk, of course.
Yeah, that's what to say. My unarmed can't do lethal. That's what
strike to deal more damage.
I think you can also get lethal unarmed from a feat too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did. That's what I did. The dragon dancing thingy.
Yep.
And I can charge through my friends too, which is clutch.
Because I can't sneak attack even with that bonus because of some bullshit. So, they should work. Alright, Fearless Kurkuri, don't fail me now. A whap.
Yeah.
Whap,
so that is a 17 on the first one. Well, 19 because you're flanking, technically. 13 points of non-lethal damage is enough to knock this guy out. So he's unconscious.
No one kill this one. We're gonna torture him later for information. Kill the others though.
Any further lethal strikes against that guy will probably kill him, just so everyone's aware.
Reef is just gonna look at Sin and nod, and then start lumbering towards the other ones. I'm RPing. I know it's not my turn to move. I won't actually lumber away yet, but that's.
Okay.
And now it's
take this guy out of the initiative.
This guy's head is gone, isn't it?
No, that's this one over here.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we punted his body. That makes sense. Yep. Okay.
I mean, you took his head and his body kept running for a few seconds. That's what happened.
I remember. Yeah, chicken time.
The two guys that have already run away and are off map are well, not frightened anymore, so they are going to start making their way back. We'll say that they just get to the edge of the map. They take a moment to like kind of shake off whatever emotions they were feeling, so they don't utilize their full speed to get back, but they're now where they are currently on the map. That brings us to Leori's turn. She looks towards Sin and she just says, "Oh, you don't want me to kill that guy?"
Oh,
Kill that.
Yeah, she just goes, "That's a shame. I'll have to kill this one instead." And she swings her chain again. Swings it twice. The second one hits. 15 on the first strike misses. She deals 8 points of piercing damage on the second one.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
It is going to be now this guy gets a chance to retaliate now. It's his turn. He is going to swing back at Leori, and even with the shaken penalty, he rolls a 26 and hits her, dealing 9 points of slashing damage. Oh no, he rolls twice because it's a state of masochism. Okay, it's still 9.
Yep.
He has to roll a will save. It's a 4. So any time she hits him, same deal. Roll damage twice, take better result. Nadia's turn.
Hey, let's go.
This first. So we'll go for that guy.
Yeah, you're gonna go for that guy? Reef's tall enough, you could probably just walk through his legs. Spiritual weapon glaive. Oh, I like this. It's going after the guy right in front of our new friendo. Torture lady.
Yes. Unfortunately, spiritual weapons do not benefit from flanking, so those are both misses.
Damn. But it still exists there, right?
Still exists there, and Nadia still has the rest of her
Like they
turn
still
normally, like that.
persist in space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once the spiritual weapon is out, like its action or its attacks at least are
Exploding.
independent of her action economy.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Bone Shaker, interesting. So I assume this one, right?
Yeah, the one that I'm allowed to kill.
The one you're allowed to kill.
Yes.
Perfect. I like that.
The bones.
Okay, so 19 points of damage. Let's see, fort save, 16 failure. So full
Let's
19
go.
points of damage. You choose, you can move the target 5 feet. Or you
No,
can
I don't.
keep him right where he is. Got it.
Yep.
All right. Sarah, strumming away, getting to like the bridge of Can You Feel the Love Tonight in her bardic performance. Your turn.
So Sarah's gonna move forward a little bit, and she's hold on. So I just need to check one thing real fast. Because I wanted to see where people would be moved to. So that's 20 feet. Do that. All right. Sorry.
Hey.
Okay, so Sarah's
Discord's
gonna move
just
right
completely
there.
disconnected.
And as she's singing, can you feel the love tonight? She gets there and she's just gonna scream in this dude's face. She's gonna scream belt. Can you feel the love in this guy's face?
Like that?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I appreciated it.
Oh wait, sorry. Not Salvator Scream, because I would have to stop my bardic performance. I misread it. DM, is it okay if I take that back because no damage has been assigned yet?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sorry, did not. Quarter
Wait.
shards. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
And she's still screaming.
So yeah, spell succeeds. You. Let me pull out our handy dandy cone ruler here. I'm going to wait. Can I turn off the snapping for a cone? I can. I love to see it. All right. So I'm going to presume that it's going this way, so as to not,
Sin can take it. So Sarah's gonna try to avoid Sin, but
Yeah.
she also wants to make. To be fair, it is mostly focused on this guy. Does that make sense?
Don't worry about it. I got really good reflex, so gotta roll reflex.
Okay. Yeah, there's no way to go
But-
around that.
So Sarah's gonna try to avoid Sin if she can. As long as she hits this guy. If there's no way to do it, then like I'm sorry, Sin.
Can you
I
at least like aim it up? Because if you hit this guy, he's gonna be dead.
Oh, I still need to shout in this guy's face. How tall is he? This is
Can-
actually
wait.
this is a legitimate important question. How tall is he?
Probably like 6 foot.
Could she theoretically
5'3".
stand?
So I have to. So if I want to scream in his face, I have to stare up at him anyway.
Yeah. Technically,
oh, wait, and
technically
this
yes.
This guy's on the
Okay.
ground anyway, so don't worry about it. It's probably gonna
So
miss.
that is like a legitimate question, which is why I'm asked. So I'm kind of facing upwards as I'm screaming. Because I made my bard short. But not as short as me.
Right. I actually don't remember the rule where when it comes to size difference and occupying the same square. I think it is a 2 size difference. Although technically, I mean, she could also just like hop on your shoulder or something. But if she's aiming it up, then either way, whatever the case may be, you aim the cord of shards so it doesn't hurt your friends.
No, I like that idea. As Sarah's doing her bard performance, Reef lowers his hand and carries her to his shoulder so that she can have a triumphant finish.
Yes. Okay. We love that. And your triumphant finish yields a failed reflex saving throw from the thug and 2 points of piercing damage.
Okay. It's not as triumphant as I would like, but it gets there, and she's going because she's like, I hit the wrong note, so we're gonna do this again, and I end my turn.
Picture like if anyone's familiar with the game Rock Band, where like there's some of those songs have those like random fill parts at the end. You can just hit whatever you want. Like you get there and like you press a couple buttons, you're just like, I don't feel like doing this.
Yes.
All right, and I end my turn.
Okay. Reef's turn.
Reef looking at. So wait, he's still alive. This guy.
Yeah.
Yes. He's pretty badly hurt, but he's still alive. He's still up. Yeah.
I'm gonna nod at her and go, I won't take this one from you too. And then he's going to. Is this so? That's a 5-foot step for me.
I'm also assuming Sarah is still on his shoulder, so she kind of moves with him.
Yeah.
It doesn't count as one of my movements because Reef is moving and I just happen to be on top of him.
Yeah, you're stuck with me.
Yes.
But I'm asking, is this a 5-foot step? What I just did?
No, that would be 10 because you were.
Well, because okay, so that would be.
That's
5 foot,
5.
right?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry, I needed to understand sizing. So 5, 10,
That's all good.
15, 20, 25. What is my movement? God damn it, where did it go? Movement. Hello? Speed 30. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
we're here.
Boom. I say hello to the two that had tried to run away, and do I have does any of my weapons do this?
My computer is dying. It's like it's not charging. Like
I'm gonna attack them both with a barbed chain because, well,
half charged, but it keeps shutting off. Yeah.
because I don't want them being able to run away.
warp chains.
So you summon one additional chain every 3 levels after first. And what level am I in Blood Rager?
7.
7.
So
7.
I'm
So
pretty
2 chains.
sure. Well, I'm pretty sure that yeah, caster level for Blood Rager is not as a deficit like some other third casters. So yeah, you technically summon 3 chains actually.
Oh, sweet, awesome. Well then I'm just gonna do. Whoever looks less fucked up is gonna get both chains, and whoever's more fucked up gets the 1 chain.
Okay,
'Cause
so
they're not getting to run anywhere.
1, 2 chains then.
Yep, 2 chains.
All right, I think I put attack rolls on your sheet for this already. I hope.
I think so too. But I wanted to make sure attack. Well, I'm trying to. Am I attacking or tripping? Ooh, I'm tripping, right? Because I don't want them to run away. So trip. And then there's a third one, so trip. Oh, the third one's a crit, and a crit confirmed.
There's no damage rolls there. Okay, so we can fix this. So for the
Well, I did the first attack 1 and 2, and then attack
Yeah.
1. So 1, 2, and 3. That's how I did it. And
Well,
then
yeah,
the
no,
attack
no,
2
no.
is
I
4,
understand. I just thought I had put a damage roll in. So yeah, just do 2d6 for the crit because it's 1d.
Oh,
It's
well, I
1d6
tripped
normally.
them because I rolled for tripping.
Oh, you're just going for tripping. I'm so sorry. Yes.
No,
so,
I flipped it because I realized that my goal was to
All
stop them from running, and I know they were fleeing. So
right. So yeah, they are no longer fleeing because they're not frightened anymore. But
well, yeah, I didn't want them to
You-
escape. Is my point.
right, of course. And the one that you hit is now face planted on the ground thanks to your chain. Whereas the other one still stands as those were both technically misses against his CMD.
Okay.
So
So
one
we'll
prone.
save.
Oh yes, we'll
so-
save for shaken.
Yeah, for 4 rounds, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean he's already shaken, but we'll just tack it on if it's good enough. 20, so no extra shaken rounds.
Worth a shot. Reef is just gonna.
I like that you took
After
Sarah
doing
with you.
this- Yeah, I know. She came along for the ride because why not? I mean, I giant shoulder reef.
Well, I
just
never got
literally
off
just like
his shoulder, so when he moved, I was still out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I didn't really discuss, so
No, you're
I
right.
didn't give her an option. So my suggestion here is that I'm gonna just take out my scythe and get ready to swing, and just look at them and just say, say your piece to your gods now, or at least say hello to Yaren. And then my turn.
The one who you just knocked prone is going to like lift his head up ever so slightly and just like spit at your feet.
Yep, that makes sense.
Whereas the other one kind of watched that happen and he's also going to mutter something under his breath. So if you'd like to roll perception, and Sarah too, because she's right there. See if you hear what he says.
Yeah, I would like to know. I know. I would like to know.
Sure.
Tell me. Roll perception and
I wanna
outrage.
know. Can you show me?
Well,
Okay.
yes, Sarah definitely hears him.
Strangers like me.
Yeah, you both hear him. You hear under his breath, he's just like, fucking idiot.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Sarah giggles.
In the meantime, it is now Theo's turn.
Reef just goes, you know what? Maybe I am. So what? You're about to die to an
Alright.
idiot.
I might guess another viewer if he's able to access it in China. We'll find out.
That's cool.
Yeah, so my friend was asking me what I'm up to because he just woke up and I said, yeah, I'm streaming. Well, I'm not streaming. My friend is streaming on Twitch. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. This guy in front of
you
me
doing?
is still alive? Yeah,
Yeah, because we
there's
want him
an
alive. This
unconscious one on the
guy
ground
diagonally.
that Sin specifically knocked out to keep alive. The other one that is standing directly in front of Leori is alive. And there are
You
no
guys can figure
Alright.
it
there
together.
there's apparently no such desire to keep him alive, so feel free to kill him if you
All
want.
right, then. Yeah. Double slash, please.
Okay.
My whole roll
Double slash,
20
please.
is not working.
Also to fill in from what the guy was saying, Reef, in response to what you said, he just goes, "Not you, him."
Oh,
Not
fair.
you. Him.
Fair.
Your
Well then,
Theo, your offhand
I'm gonna
hit
say
strike hits for 4 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
Actually,
I'm a little
well,
weak today.
No, you can full attack, so
Fuck
your
that.
second attack with your main hand also hits for another 4, so 8 total.
Oh, nice.
Forgot that you didn't move anywhere. All right, that'll bring us to Vondilla. She is gonna run on in there.
that hurt. I hit my head on my ceiling.
She's gonna go
Good
stab.
one, good, Mr. Krabs.
Nope, that does not hit. 13 misses. Top of the round, Sin's turn.
My turn. I'm gonna move, take a 5-foot step. Blam. I'm gonna look at Theo's new friend. I'm gonna say, sorry, Theo's girlfriend, but you snooze, you lose. This guy's mine. And I have no such desire to spare him, so he's gonna die.
All right. Well, I look forward to his death.
As do I. Alright. The gentleman's foiled twice, and the Furious Kukri once. So, blam and blam.
Blam.
Only the kukri hits.
Alright. Let's see here. Move that. I get sneak attack. Bam. 7 damage. Is he dead?
Yeah, he was dead without the sneak attack, but yeah, I mean,
Ah!
he done dead.
Congratulations.
It would have been really embarrassing if I called her Theo's girlfriend, made fun of her a little bit, and fucking missed.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm
but
glad it didn't happen to you.
I never miss. I always kill my target.
That's not true at all.
I've killed everyone who I intended to kill. Thank you very much, and my turn is over.
I don't have a way to respond to that because I don't know your intentions. I'm not in your head. God damn it.
Flight
The king
bummer. My
always
friend
wins,
from China
Reef.
cannot access Twitch.
That doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either, but I was really hoping he would be able to, like, if he had a VPN or something. Because
Well, it's
I'm
good that
helping
he
him
can't.
learn English, and he's helping me learn Chinese. So
That's cool. I'm glad
Yeah.
that your friend did try to
You mean
support
on
us.
the,
I do appreciate that.
social media app that we're not allowed to talk about?
no, I'm not talking about it.
Okay.
I'm just saying I made a friend. I just try to get him
Yeah.
to watch the Twitch, but he can't
Yes.
access the Twitch because he's in China.
No, I
And they-
understand that. Basically, is this a friend that you made in new places?
Yes,
Okay. Awesome.
I've made several friends. I've also made a couple pen pals, and I've been writing letters.
Neat. Actually, really
That's
excited.
cool.
I genuinely mean that. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. I think that's great.
We
Okay.
support.
You know what's not great? Customs, because my letter
Agreed.
takes 20 days to get there. It was like I wrote my letter April
Anyway.
1st,
Yes,
and then
customs
April
suck.
2nd I got it.
So
So we still have these bastards alive.
yes, and it's the two in the far corner now. The one who called the other one an idiot, he's just gonna hold. He wants to see what you guys do.
I'm also. I noticed that, and instead of fucking.
This other one, this big dumb idiot here, he's gonna attempt to stand up, which gives Reef and Sarah a free whack.
I'm gonna whack at him and look at his friend and specifically say, "You seem smarter than the rest. I like you." What do you need me to do to whack?
Opportunity attack. So your scythe, or well, you probably just your scythe because that's where you were holding, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sarah just kicks him.
your attack hits naturally. 34 points of damage, another 1 to yourself, but I mean that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, this guy is like within an inch of his life now. What were you were just punching him, Sarah?
I just kicked him.
Okay. Yeah, you missed. You got to flail at him,
Okay.
and basically like he's standing up, you throw the kick, but you threw it too early, and it just sails over his head.
She turns it into a graceful, like, dance move as part of her part.
Yeah, you're just continuing to play out the rest of the song, and just spinning around and trying to kick him in the face. You know, it was a good attempt.
Reef is gonna look back at Sin and point at this one and go, "Can I keep him, please?
No,
Pretty please. He seems smarter than the rest."
I don't care how smart he is. He must perish.
Well, why? Well, you get to keep one.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him after he's useless. So don't worry about it.
Oh, what if I can make him useful? We don't have pack meals on this island.
Tell you what, I'll make you a deal in a little bit. Spare him if you want.
Okay. I look at him and go, "Be smart." And then I look at the guy who spit at me and go, "Gurgle, gurgle. Yes, I know."
Leori's gonna confidently step forward to about here. She's gonna look at the really injured guy, and she's just going to look at him and just be like, "I don't know about you, but if a big scary dragon man wanted me to stay on the ground, I would fall." And she casts command
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
to get him to drop back to
Sarah
the ground.
nods approvingly as she sings.
And down he goes with a 9 on the will save. So he is back on the ground prone. Watching this, the thug next to him is going to look back up at Reef and just say, "Well, you know, I simply understand the value of living to fight another day." And
Yes,
he's just going to, he was holding, like, in, you know, maybe try to find a way to attack, but at this point he's going to give up the held action and just lower his weapon, and he's just going to kind of throw his hands up. And I know it's not currently his turn, but he's just
he's not dominant.
he's trying to communicate through body language that he no longer wishes to fight you.
Yeah, so if it is your turn, please don't end him, kind of deal.
It's now Nadia's turn.
Nadia!
So Nadia, you can, just to remind you of how your spiritual weapon works, if you would like, you can give up your move action to reposition your glaive into a place where it can attack from, or you can just go about your turn normally and not do anything with the spiritual weapon. Up to you.
I want to move spiritual weapon.
Okay, so you move it to there is a valid position. Go ahead, it gets 1 attack because you moved it. And technically this is a target change, so 1 attack. It is okay, he is prone, but not, again, no benefit from flanking or any such bonuses like that. So well, wait. Melee striking against a prone target is more than +2, right? That's +4 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Prone.
We will find out.
Well, no, because this does matter. Yeah, target takes a minus.
I know. I'm saying we will find out. Like,
-4 penalty to AC versus melee attacks. So that hits, and the sheer force of the blow is enough to cleave him in 2. He is dead on the ground. So you now have 1 unconscious thug and 1 standing and rather physically and emotionally shaken thug. And as he said before, with his sort of movements and actions, that he doesn't really want to fight, and he's gonna like hold his hand out towards Reef and Sarah, kind of like a, please don't come any closer sort of movement, and he's just going to say, "All right, I give up. What do you guys want?"
Sarah continues singing and just goes, "Put your weapons down and kneel. Put your hands behind your head."
So his weapons were already down his sides, but now he just releases them as they fall to the ground. And he has sort of a confused look on his face that these demands are being sung to him, but he does as you ask.
Reef looks back at Sin, thinks of the plan that we've had, looks at the thug, and say, "Of course, we just want an audience with your emperor."
All right, Rafe. We'll discuss we'll discuss the terms of what you need to do in order to keep him as a pet. But for now, make sure he's under wraps, because so help me, if he attacks anyone, he's going to perish.
I have a question.
That's fair.
Out of character. Did we ever take a break?
We
We have
didn't.
not taken a
and
break yet. We have to
Considering
wait
we're
for the end of combat.
Tristan, is this one of the nights that you have to head out early?
Probably.
Because I know it has I know it hasn't been happening every time, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's Palm Sunday, so probably?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I forgot that it is Palm Sunday. All right, so in that case, we're just probably just not going to take a break. We'll just end when Tristan has to leave. That way, because we're only like 30 minutes from that anyway. So
that's fine with me. I was thinking, I was like,
We
wow,
said it and then it
just
didn't
went the
happen.
whole-
I do that.
We went the whole fucking session. Take a break.
You don't need a break when you're fucking around like we do. It's fine.
We're having a good time.
So
Yeah,
the thug who has surrendered,
Where did my lady friend go?
she's right here.
Oh, my computer is so slow.
He
Move
is-
me next to my lady friend. I like her.
He's going to
No, you do. No, we know.
he's going to look up at Reef and Sarah, and he's going to say, well, I'd like to, well, yes, of course I will bring you to the Emperor, and I will do my absolute best to get you an audience, but I have a bit of a question. Couldn't help but noticing earlier that one or more of you were investigating that sinkhole over there. Did you find anything in there?
A shit ton of OTUs.
Really?
Don't go swimming.
Oh no, I have no intention of swimming. I have, well, and he puts a hand on the fallen dummy who, like I said, got cut in half.
Yeah.
So kind of grabbing the top half of his body, gripping by sort of, he gets his hand like kind of under the collar of the shirt,
Mhm.
and he says, "If you don't mind, I would like to let's call this performing an action of goodwill, maybe, to show you that I mean what I say."
Yeah.
Check his
Absolutely.
body for anything valuable before you chuck him into the OTU.
Reef goes, valid point.
How does this
Checks the
happen?
guy's pockets.
Sarah ends her bardic performance.
Okay. So no valuables other than weapons, armor, and shield. So he's carrying a masterwork battle axe, masterwork set of studded leather armor, masterwork heavy wooden shield, and then 5 just regular not masterwork throwing axes. And you find the same stuff on the other dead guys. He just says, "All right, well, no sudden movements. I'm simply going to stand up, and I'm going to do what I said I was going to do." And he goes and he lifts up half of the body, and he's like kind of kicking along the other half with his feet. And yeah, sure enough, heave ho right into the sinkhole, and the OTUs have themselves a meal.
Is he getting rid of the evidence?
Yeah, he's helping us.
Yeah,
As far as
I'm
we
cool
know,
with
there
this.
might be something in the sinkhole, so I'm all right with this too.
And
He
the last
says
time we
if
fed
you-
the OTUs,
if
they
you-
left us alone. So
Yeah, and he says, "If you'd like, I'll dispose of the others as well." Although, and then he
check.
kind of like gazes kind of past, like trying to look around like Sarah, and sees where Sin is, and he sees like the one that's laying down, that's on the ground behind Sin, and he just says, he kind of gives like a little kind of like kind of like a little what's up, like upward nod, and he just goes, "That one's still breathing?
Yeah, still breathing.
You want him alive, right?"
Meh.
You know what?
Damn it.
You didn't kill him outright.
Right.
I'm not going to dispose of him. If you want to,
Rafe.
feel free, but
What?
I
snap,
asked for,
something
I
went
asked for
wrong.
one of my alchemists fire.
Oh, I give them to you.
All right, I just take one, and I kick this dude to wake him up. Hey, fucker, wake up!
he's gonna need like healing, really. But
I'll give you a cure light wounds.
okay.
I throw you an alchemist fire and a cure light wounds.
Fine. It's
I have
the
so
lowest.
many. I have so many of them.
I'm going to slow drip feed the potion to him because I don't want him to get the entire potion. I just want him to wake up.
Okay. Well, sadly, that's not how that works. So you are gonna have to give him the whole potion. But he
Alright, I
does
do it anyway.
he does eventually come to.
Imagine if that is how it worked. That would be like you can like extend the life of your health potions.
Yeah.
I only need to heal 1 hit point. Let me just take a sip.
If you think about it, that's kind of what good
Then
berries
you
for.
roll, but then
Yeah.
you run the risk of rolling a 0 because it's only a 0 or a 1.
True.
Like you could theoretically not drink any at all because you're trying to ration it,
Very true.
or not drink enough to cause an effect. Sorry, ADD.
All good. All good.
So wake up.
Yeah. He's awake. Coughing up blood, but awake. He looks up and he's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh," and he sees you like a tiefling, not expecting that. And he tries to like sit up and kind of like shuffle himself like back away from you, like in this direction. And you can tell he's very disoriented. Just trying to get his bearings. And the other thug from the back is just like, "Hey, rise and shine. We're gonna take them to see the Emperor."
Sin's gonna take a one step closer and you say, "Hey, have you ever heard of the Devil Carrion?"
The guy is again. He's kind of just like, "Oh, what? No."
Say hi to him for me, and I throw the alchemist fire at him.
Okay.
Say he was going to torture him.
I am. Through fire.
I know. That's why I said I'm not. Well, that's why I said shit tits, and went. Well, he did say he was going to do this. Like I'm not. I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Where am I looking for?
He's king. I can't stop him. I made a horrible mistake.
Don't worry about it, Reef. This is all for political gain. Don't worry about it.
All right. So let's roll damage. Max damage. All right. So yeah, he takes 7 points of fire damage, and this time he dies. And from behind you, Sin, you just hear Lowry like, "Woo! Violence!" Like she's very excited.
I'm just really excited for Theo right now.
I am too. This is cool. The other thug, he kind of shakes his head, but after a couple, like he looks like he's gonna say something, but then he's just like, he just thinks better of it and kind of gives that silent, like, "Yeah, I get it," like kind of response.
Like you guys could have easily killed me, so like, why am I gonna say
Yeah,
shit?
it's one of those like, you didn't have to do that, but at least you didn't do it to me, kind of like expressions on his face. And he just he sits back down on the ground and looks up at all of you and just says, "All right, well, right mess I've gotten myself into now. Is there anything you need or want to know before we start going over there?"
And then I stop and I look at Sin and I go, "They're not gonna. We can't be stealthy." I look at myself up and down. What do you want to do? I know I begged for this man's life.
All that Sarah had gotten off of Reef.
Yes. I'm gonna look at Sin and I go, "I only did what I always do, which is let the smart ones who put down their weapons first willingly live. But if you want me to kill him at any point, I will." I look at him and I go, "Sorry, buddy, no hard feelings." And then ask Sin what he wants us to do. Does he hear me? Sin?
Sorry, mismuted. Any whoosies.
No
for
hard
like a minute,
feelings.
for like a minute or two, I just watch it. I just watch this guy burn to death slowly for my own amusement.
That's fair. That's valid.
I've been wanting to commit arson for a while. This is the closest I've gotten so far.
And now you have.
I know.
Against the person.
Now I have. Let's go.
And not
then turn back to Reef.
and not architecture. Against the person.
Oh, it's gonna be more of it. Just not right now.
Right, yeah, of course.
All right, Rafe. So
My headset's falling. Goodbye.
we're still gonna have to have an agreement on the terms of keeping him alive because I just killed him for nothing. All for my own reasons. Whatever.
That's fair, but
if being silent, if like obviously we need to know everything that he knows about the Emperor, and if being silent and stealthy isn't an option, then we might as well make a huge entrance and a big grand opening as the Hoard. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make him fear us.
I like these plans. I see no issue.
After all, we are fully intending to take his pals for our own.
Oh fuck yes.
So, all right, dude, start squawking. What do you know about the Emperor?
Well, far be it from me to assume a negotiating position that I don't have, but I am just curious. What do you want with him?
I want to
His
murder
power?
him so I can become the king of this place and the emperor of this place.
I kind of just want to get the guy that he kidnapped back.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a
that
valid
too.
point too. With me and Sin are just sitting there going, unlimited power. Theo's like,
Unlimited power.
the mission? Save the young ones? No? Okay.
Save the youngins down in the creek.
Go ahead, good luck. Oh shit, what did I do wrong? That. Okay, we good. No, we ain't. We good. We'll figure
Whoa,
it
my
out.
leg hair is so long.
For the purposes of getting information out of this guy, I'm gonna have you guys roll diplomacy checks, and I will give you sort of whatever general information he knows, and then if you want to know more, you can continue the role play and ask questions.
Can I use
Sarah
intimidate
rolled a
and
25.
for me? Mark.
27. This guy's Corvosan, so
Can you?
20 for Theo. You need to roll for you too,
Right,
Reef,
so
or
just out of curiosity, can I roll intimidate instead?
no? Not for this one.
Heck, I'll buy
Diplomacy.
God damn it.
7.
Where the fuck does my mice go?
28.
Stop! Wait, no. Shh. That doesn't exist. None of those rolls work. I have a plus fucking. Woo! I have 9 ranks in this thing. 9.
I can tell from the 10 being your crit.
That
Yeah.
may be,
All right,
that
we're
may
gonna,
be, but guess what? The dice disagree.
We'll say that Sarah's 25 is aided by the rest of you.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with the guy goes into. First, he begins with the location of the palace, as well as some of the stuff that kind of like comprises the palace. He mentions that the Emperor rules the section of Old Corvosa known as the Old Dock from his palace located on Silk Street. He seized control of several tenements there, and he rarely leaves. There are mobs made up of fanatics of his that are scouring the streets of the Old Dock area, seeking more conscripts for the cause. Those who resist are instead captured for other purposes. Then he goes on to say that the Emperor sees Old Corvosa as almost like his own like stage of sorts. He forces some of his prisoners to take part in violent, deadly games. Or if games are not what he's into in that moment, rather gruesome performances, pitting them against his most ferocious pets and followers in a sort of gladiatorial type of setting. Others he simply beheads with his favorite toy, an extravagant looking guillotine that he refers to as the tall knife.
God damn.
All this is gonna remain when I seize power.
Then he goes on to say that those who normally those who seek to speak with the Emperor have to earn his respect. You got to provide him with some kind of entertainment or play one of the deadly games that he runs. Of late, this thug describes that the Emperor's current favorite form of entertainment is a rather brutal game that he invented himself called Blood Pig.
Okay, blood pig.
Blood Pig, like the animal, yes. He says he's converted a large rooftop inside of his palace into a playing field for this game, and the howls and screams of those playing and watching can be heard throughout the old dock every evening. Excuse me. The last thing he mentions is that before the quarantine, the Emperor was just a man known by the name Piltz Swastel. I'll type that out in the chat. And he is the owner of a notorious theater called Exemplary Execrables in Old Corvosa. With that, he opens the floor to any further questions that you guys have about the Emperor.
Does he have any allergies?
Does he have any allergies?
What type of entertainment does he like other than, blood sports? Like, what did his theater used to do?
No, I think my question's more important because we could just poison his food with whatever he's allergic to.
He kind of like points towards Theo and just says, none that I'm aware of. I mean, that doesn't mean that there are none, but I don't know of them.
All right, that's fair.
I'm also
I
not
have a valid idea.
You
have to admit that was a valid idea.
He also he also says, Theo, he says, while I'm willing to bring you to see him, I'm not looking to get the man killed. I work for him, so even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you.
Okay. So anyway, back to the question. What type of entertainment did theater used to show?
Okay, so his theater, according to
Your kitty.
materials here. Let's see.
Actually, better question. Sarah supposedly performed all over the city. Would she have performed at this theater?
I would say almost certainly not.
Okay.
This is it's a theater that he goes on to describe that the theater was originally where the Emperor used to host the gladiator style events that he would sometimes put people through. But that theater has since burned down. And that's why that he switched to the rooftop setting instead.
Was this before the quarantine or after?
This would have been good question, actually. Let's see.
So you said before the quarantine he was just a normal dude and owned a theater. That's why I'm wondering.
Where the hell did that go? Okay.
I love when cats like do their little
Okay.
thing where they like turn around in and they get themselves in like a little ball.
Aw.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, he goes on to describe that
I think that's adorable.
that the theater existed prior to the quarantine, and during it was burned down by rioters.
Okay, and prior to the quarantine, it was doing the gladiator style events.
Yes. And
Okay.
he also mentions that it was also the theater itself also played host to some rather what's the word I'm looking for here? Vulgar art displays. That when as soon as he says that, it seems like it's consistent with the kind of artwork that Salvator does.
Okay.
So, perhaps the Emperor was a fan of Salvator's before the quarantine, or, something to that effect.
Okay. Sarah actually follows it up with, okay, was he a fan of Salvatore's then? Did he ever display there?
The Emperor was actually quite fond of Salvator Scream's work. Yes. He would often say that Salvator was the only artist that could really capture the essence of the type of aesthetic he was looking to build and show to the world.
Is there any music or any other performing art that fell into that aesthetic as well?
No, typically it was only visual arts, which
Okay.
it's a shame. There have been those of us among the number of his followers who had suggested that perhaps some musical acts would be worthwhile, but we've always been rebuked on that.
Has the Emperor ever been known to take lovers? Married with.
Honestly,
What's the story there?
I wouldn't know. I suppose it's possible. If someone who fancies himself an emperor and manages to build the kind of following that he has would likely endear himself to women. I wouldn't know for sure though.
Okay. So I guess asking what his type was and whether it's woman or men is moot.
Well, I've never seen him take any male lovers, I'll tell you that, but I don't know much about his private life in that sense.
Some people are very public about it, and that's actually helpful. And it would have been helpful for trying to get in.
Don't worry, Reeve, you still have a chance.
Like kind of just like sighs. So she cracks up and then she's like, wait, guys, shut up. Okay. Does he have any children?
If he does, they're very well hidden. I've never seen any children of his. Being perfectly honest, the palace is no place for children in the first place. But yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know.
So did he always live by the old docks, or? Bye, Tristan.
See you, fellas.
Okay, have a good night, Tristan.
Bye.
We'll close after this line of questioning, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, take all the time you want for this. This is good. Let's see
Don't
here.
take too much time.
So, he says, well, he's been in Old Corvosa for a long time. I don't know exactly how long, but I do know that he is not originally a Corvosan.
Do you know where he was originally from?
He's Cheliax.
Oh. Fucking Tristan.
That's the Tiefling's homelands.
You can put that in the. I recommend putting that in the chat so that Tristan sees it later. Okay.
I got it.
Do we want to end it here, or?
I mean, if there are no further questions, we can end here. Otherwise,
sorry, I'm thinking.
Yeah, no. Take your time.
Does he have any interest other than like these gladiatorial combats?
Didn't you ask that?
No, I asked specifically about like
different art forms. Yeah. He just says right now it only seems like he's interested in growing his influence.
Huh?
He hasn't quite conquered the whole of Old Corvosa yet, and I believe that to be his goal, at least for now.
Why are you so divulging this information to us?
I mean,
because you would kill me if I didn't.
How do you know we won't kill you anyways?
I'm not stupid.
Well, I mean, it's a
sure. Maybe you would kill me anyway, and if so, then so be it.
All right, one last question: would the Emperor have any interest in Von Carlo?
Who?
The dude that we originally came here looking for. Von Carlo. Sorry.
It's been not Kim. It's been 6 weeks. I don't remember
shit. You see him think for a moment, maybe start scratching his head a little bit, and he says, "I know the name, but I haven't seen him in or around the palace at all."
And the Emperor's never talked about him, never said, "I want this guy," anything like that?
Ah, man. He may have mentioned him in passing once or twice, but nothing that seemed actionable. Again, I suppose it's possible that he's there, but I would say it's unlikely.
And I have one last question for you. What would be the best way
to earn his, I don't want to say trust. I guess trust.
Liking.
Yeah. What's the best way to like earn his
Favor.
pleasure other than like
Favor.
going to
Well,
be
I
back
can,
for real battles?
as I hinted at previously, if you wish to earn his favor, you're very likely going to have to play one of his games.
Yes, and I specifically asked other than that. What are my options other than that?
I don't think
raises
there's
his
any other
hand, his
options,
giant
Sarah.
hand, and says, "Is it knivesies? I'll play knivesies."
He's trying his best to like look past Reef so he can properly talk to Sarah, and he just says, in all the time I've spent there, I've never known there to be other options.
Oh, Sarah, sorry. This whole time Sarah's been over there.
Gotcha. Okay.
She hasn't been hiding behind Reef. My bad.
But yeah, he just says, I've never known there to be other options.
Okay. Reef,
Yeah.
buddy, do you want to kill some dudes?
To put it simply, the Emperor wants what he wants, and he gets what he gets.
Got it.
I look at him and go, genuinely asking though, like, is one of the games he makes people play knivesies?
Reef is very good at knivesies.
Since better, but either
No,
way.
the Emperor typically wouldn't put those on himself. That, he might tell us to settle our own internal squabbles with that, but he would consider that child's play.
All right, thank you so much. Now I have
Good to know for
one last thing
scale.
to request.
Sure.
It should be very, very obvious that you are not to tell the Emperor that we ever spoke.
Well, you want me to take you to him, though, right?
Yes, we don't want you to warn him
I
about
thought,
everything else.
No, I thought what's her face was gonna take us.
No, she doesn't know either. And Sarah's like, yes.
Well, Leori said she would go with you, but she doesn't.
Oh, she doesn't know where. Okay.
Well, no, like she knows where the palace is, or she has an idea of where the palace is. She doesn't know anything about like how to deal with it once you're there.
Oh,
She
Sarah's
doesn't
gonna
know
kind of
them,
like
whereas this
gently
guy works
snarf
for
her
them.
head and be like, I'm sorry, it's been a long day. Yes, you are. Just all I'm asking is please don't try to sound an alarm or anything.
We spared your life, spare
Well,
ours kind of deal.
Sure. I mean, look,
I also have no interest in killing this guy right now.
Look,
I
I'm
just
going to
wanna
be
find
honest.
my friend.
I can make no promises for the rest of his followers, but I can assure you that I can get you inside safely.
Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, you could just say we want to compete. Also, hold up. Sarah starts fixing herself, and she's like, God damn it, I don't want to do this again. Call back to episode 1.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah. If we're good with questioning this man, then
I trust him. I put a rope around him. I tie his hands up. But like in a way where I can like pull the
Like,
loop
oh no, you don't
off.
need to do that. And she actually takes his arm and says, "You're going to be my tour guide."
Oh. Reef just grins and goes, "Ha ha! Ah, good luck, buddy. Have fun."
And can I roll intimidation for when Sarah says that?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna assist.
Not 1 to 20. What the fuck?
Here, don't worry, that helped. So Sarah thinks she's just really intimidating to this man, and it's just me behind her and being like, "Don't you fucking dare!"
Hide by me.
It's like that big guard dog protection energy behind you, and you have no idea.
Sarah hears this, and she is going to totally pretend that was her plan.
Yep.
So she's like, "You're going to be my tour guide."
He just looks at you and says, "Right then."
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
because
me.
Reef is standing above him, like, yeah, you are.
Roll end
Menacingly.
day.
Yeah, we'll end there.
Like, yeah.
All right. So,
We're getting soft tacos later.
in 2 weeks, we will pick back up from here, and you guys will be personally escorted to the palace, air quotes, palace within Old Corvosa to see the Emperor and find out what his deal is. Be
Let's
sure if
fucking
you
go.
are watching at home tonight to join us. Again, that is in 2 weeks, so the 27th, 5 p.m. Eastern, or as close to 5 p.m. Eastern as we can manage. We have stuff going on right around that time. But Yeah.
We're usually on time.
We're usually within 15 minutes. So if you don't see us
Yeah.
right away, stick around. We'll be there. Yeah. So great session tonight. Had a lot of fun. You guys met the crazy girl Lowry, or this. I always get tripped up on her name.
Love.
Yeah, that too.
Feels in love.
I'm so here for it.
So yeah, let's see where that goes in a couple weeks, right? Yeah.
Theo fell in
Everybody-
love. Sarah talked a guy into telling him everything he knows. It says, cool, now you're gonna guide us there and you're gonna pretend and you're going to enjoy it.
Reef is just the big dog behind her in the Comic-Con event, just being like, yes, you will do these things.
Yes,
'Cause she
I,
said
the
so.
big dragon man with a huge fuck off scythe, says you're gonna do this. But all right.
Emperor's gonna see me, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, buddy."
Hey, buddy. All right.
All right.
Until
Good night,
next
guys.
time. Hope everybody has a
yeah.
good night. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care.